Hello? I had some stuff to set up. I definitely wasn't talking. Hello there, every pony. What's up? Are you ready for the Duel News? The weekly show that we do every week? It's Duel News time! Are we doing sub replays today? I mean, Thursday is in 24 hours. Sub replays? I think we'll do sub replays on Thursday. Because sub replays actually kind of hurt my throat. And they're kind of long. So I'll split them over to a different day. He's actually doing Duel News? Of course I'm doing Duel News. Honestly, I was planning on canceling stream today. Because I had plans to hang out with a friend. But then that friend told me, sorry, can't do it today. I hate you. And I'm just like, okay, that's fine, whatever. I'll just go do my normal stuff. I had a stream planned for today anyway. It's alright. It's cool. A female friend. I will neither confirm nor deny whom it was. It's not even a big deal. Wow, he hates No, they were just behind on work. They're like, sorry, I have to like finish a bunch of shit today before my because they take Mondays and Tuesdays off. All your friends are female? No, not Congo or Hardleg. The dual date logs. No, it wasn't a date. We were supposed to play Divinity together. Is Rana your friend? Wait, why did I read that out loud? Hi, logs in chat. Hello there, Latiois, you piece of garbage. I hate you. Hardleg is your friend? You're lying? Well, we're like colleagues. An e-date? It's not an e-date. In order to date, there has to be romantic, intentions involved. If you're just hanging out with a friend, doing hangout stuff, it's a completely different vibe. Can you e-date the chat? I don't know if I can be nice to chat for that long. Mr. Logs, be nice to Latiois? No! Mr. Logs, you roll your R's? Of course I can. I was on Leah's stream earlier teaching her how to do it. When people cancel on me, I also assume they have started That was the first thing I said. Did you buy Rana's voice pack? Let me show you the best one from her voice pack. Oh shit, that's so loud. That scared me.
Can you get up already? We're supposed to, you know, go out today. Wow. Of course the piece of human garbage doesn't want to get up and have a productive start to their day.
Oh my god, I like this one.
Typical. Wow. Of course the piece of human garbage doesn't want to get up and have a productive start to their day.
I like how she calls me a piece of human garbage. Anyways, I can't show anymore since that's technically a paid voice pack. You love Rana? Excellent. Oh fuck, my head hurts. Oh. Yes, thank you, Rana. On an unrelated note, my friend who I was supposed to hang out with, they're busy. So I guess I'll stream like I'm supposed to. Whatever. You guys ready for Yu-Gi-Oh news? How much was the voice pack? It was like $8. His girlfriend? I ain't got a girlfriend. You guys want to see the meme? The girlfriend meme? Not bad. I know this is how it'll happen with me too. Copy image. Image. Create new image. No. Wait, save image as image. It's such a pain in the ass opening up images. I like this meme. It says, I finally got a girlfriend. Sigh, when will I be loved? Will you be my girlfriend? Yeah, I'll take anything at this point. Score. This is probably how it's gonna happen for me. Someone just be like, I guess. Whatever. Score. Ooh, look at this. Isn't this so cute? This should be my background. Where's my spider at? It's in the way. Who's that? It's Rana. Okay, let's go over to... Oh no, shut the fuck up. Rana collab win? She really doesn't want to play Yu-Gi-Oh! She's like, why can't you be like a normal streamer so we can play anything else? Let's go to the duel news. Hello there, guys. It's me, the Duel News Logs. We're gonna go over these new cards that came out, that were announced because we're a news channel. Are you guys ready for Duel News time? This is kind of small. I can't read this shit. Okay, so we have the Valminokon cards apparently, which is up first. What? I'm a tiny little spider? This is accurate size. I'm a little tiny little spider. I want to go to the actual, like, monsters first. I don't know why those aren't up first. Okay, here we go. We have Angelo Valminoka. Valminonica. So, it is a pendulum monster. These cards are actually pretty good. I've already read them. It has the pendulum effect where, while you have a Fiend Monster card in your other pendulum zone, each time you gain life points, place one resonance counter on this card. Once per turn, when an opponent's monster declares an attack, you can immediately, after this effect resolves, link summon one Valminokia monster. This card, that effect's not really anything. It's really the monster effect that makes it good. You can only use the 1 and 2 effects of this monster's card name per turn. If this card is in your hand, you can discard one other card, semicolon, place this card and one Demonion Valmonica from your deck into your pendulum zone. During the main phase, if this card is normal or special summon this turn, colon, banish one Valminokia normal spell traps from your graveyard. This effect becomes that card's life point gain effect when this card is activated. So, what's interesting about this? The Angela Valmonica is that it's a pendulum scale 3, and the other one is pendulum scale 5. Let's see. Go on to the next one. And it has the same effect, where basically, if it's in your hand, you can discard it and one other card in order to place itself and the other version of it from your deck directly into the pendulum zone, which means it inherently dodges Ash Blossom. That is amazing. It sets up perfect scales for level 4 decks, and both copies of the card equally set it up. So, like, if you draw into either scale, you get the other one from your deck by just converting any other card in your hand into it. And since it sets them directly to the spell and trap card zone, they dodge Ash Blossom. Like, this is amazing. This is completely generic level, special summons of level 4s from your hand. With no lock, inherently dodges Ash Blossom, and the other effects don't really matter, but you can use them in order to go into their really strong Link 1 monsters. So they can go into what? Crazy Box. This is good for Crazy Box. Just think of, there's so many good cards. Is my mic peaking? I don't think it is. I think it's fine. There are so many good cards in the game that are just completely unplayable because they can't special summon themselves from the hand. So if you just draw into one of these cards or like one of their searchers, I don't know if they have any searchers, then you get fully set up pendulum scales to bring out the other 3 level 4 monsters from your hand, which can let you draw other cards. You know, you can go into like Sacred Crane to draw a card. I can't think of anything else because like there are so many level 4 monsters that are just completely unusable because they can't special summon themselves from the hand. And this just gives you so much so much like gas for level 4 engines. Rare Metal Dragon? Yeah, like Rare Metal Dragon. Rare Metal Dragon is a 2400 attack normal monster. Not a normal monster. 2400 attack level 4 monster whose effect is it can't be normal summoned from the hand. So you can only special summon it. So yeah, technically you can bring out Rare Metal Dragon with this. So 4X's decks? Yeah. What about Gagagiggle the Risen? This is so good. This is such a good engine for my Crazy Box decks, which is basically just trying to get a bunch of level 4 monsters. Honestly, I tried the Trap Trick version of the Crazy Box deck, and it performed very well. As long as there's no Maxi in the format. Because Maxi really kills these decks. But even this gets under Maxi because it special summons once. You only get to draw 1 card. These cards are amazing. Hello, Mr. Buffoon. How are you doing? Shut up. Oh, thanks for the resub, El Centro. What is the pink turtle and Tetsu Etero Nomuro is on the pillar vibing? Why is the pink turtle on a pillar just vibing? Good question. I think it's because it's supposed to be a Greek statue. But it's just a dude on top of it instead of a statue. Okay. Anyways, those are those cards. What do the Link 1s do again? I don't actually remember. Link 1, Dark Fairy, cannot be Link summoned unless you have a fairy monster with 3 or more resonance counters in your Pendulum Zone. You can special summon this card once per turn. If this card is Link summoned, oh, it's just any 1 effect monster? Damn. If this card is Link summoned, you can target monsters your opponent controls up to the number of resonance counters on cards in your Pendulum Zones and destroy them. What? That's amazing. You can move 3 resonance counters from cards in your Pendulum Zone. This card can make a 2nd and 3rd attack during each battle phase. 2500 attack. She's upside down. Why is she upside down? This is pretty good. Angelic Demonic Selector Valmonica. Field spell. Wait, it's supposed to be like Harmonica? 1 effect monster that has resonance counters. Cannot be Link Summon unless you have a fairy monster with 3 more resonance counters in your Pendulum Zone. No, I mean like I know the condition. I just meant like the actual material itself is an effect monster. Which means you don't have to have the pendulum monsters out. You just have to have them in your zones where they accumulate those counters anyway. Let's see. Field spell, you only have to inspect once per turn. When this card resolves, add a Valmonica monster from your deck to your hand. A Searcher! You play this at 3, now you have 9 copies of a rank 4 of a scales for summoning force from your hand. The Duel Logs is now the text tone for my ex. Ah, you stupid bitch. What? Are you guys talking about my bitch wife? Ha ha ha. You guys all have a bitch wife? Good evening, Mr. Logs. Hello there. Can you explain why pendulums lost their field zones? I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. If the 3rd resonance counter is placed on a card in your pendulum zone, you can target 1 monster your opponent controls, take control of it until the end of this turn, but it cannot declare an attack. Who cares? It searches. Let's read the other cards, I guess. What? You guys don't know the meme. 1 effect monster, blah, blah, blah. If this card would be destroyed by battle or card effect, remove 3 resonance counters from the cards in your pendulum zones instead. Once per turn, quick effect, you can target 1 of your Valmonica normal spell traps in your graveyard or it is banished. This effect becomes that card's effect when that card is activated. Damn. That's pretty nice. Ooh, a normal trap. You can only activate 1 of these effects per turn. If you control a Valmonica monster, apply the following 1 of these effects, or if you control a Valmonica Link monster, apply both in sequence. Gain 500 life points, then destroy a spell trap, take 500 damage, then return 1 monster in the field to the hand. Oh my god, it's Trap Trick support. If you control a Valmonica monster, apply 1 of these effects, or if you control a Link, apply both. Gain 500 life points. Also, your opponent cannot target Valmonica monsters you control with card effects for the rest of this turn. Take 500 damage, then you can negate the effects of one effect monster your opponent controls until the end of this turn. It's a negate. Oh my god, that means the Link 1 monster has a negate. What? Valmonica Verse. Normal spell. You can apply one of these effects. Apply one of these effects, your opponent's choice, if you do not have a Valmonica card in your Pendulum Zone. Gain 500 life points. You can excavate cards top of your deck until you excavate a Valmonica card. And if you do, add to your hand. Also shuffle the rest back into the deck. Take 500 damage. Then you can send one Valmonica card from your deck to your graveyard, except Valmonica Verse. Good morning, Logs. Hello there, Penguin Emperor. Valmonicon Internet. Apply one of these effects. Your opponent's choice if you don't control the monster. Gain 500 life points. Then your opponent chooses one monster in the graveyard that can be special summoned, if any, for you to special summon it. What? A free special summon. Take 500 damage. Then you can add one level 4 monster from your graveyard to your hand. Wow, that's pretty good. Wait, oops, I went to the end of the list. That's not until the end of the list. Okay, we looked at all the Valmonica cards. I hope you guys understand how the economy works now. Now we have Structure Deck R Onslaught of the Fire Kings OCG release date September 9th, 2023. Soliditary Strike of the Fire Kings. Normal trap you can apply. You can only use the 1 and 2 effect of this card's name once per turn. 1. Special summon 1 Fire Beast, 1 Fire Beast Warrior, and 1 Fire Beast Wing Beast monster, 1 each from your hand, deck, and graveyard. But their effects are negated. Also destroy them during the end phase. Holy shit, that's awesome. What the fuck? I mean, what the heck? I'm sorry, editor. You can banish this card from your graveyard. This turn, your opponent cannot activate cards or effects when your Fire King monster is normal or special summoned. That sucks. Wow, your opponent can't solemn judgment your card. It does require setup. However, the Fire King archetype is just full of those 3 types of cards anyway. So if you're playing your deck normally, you'll be able to resolve the effect. And it's basically a free summon from your deck. And also a bring back of one from the graveyard. The problem is probably getting one of those cards in your hand. Nice protection. The protection sucks ass. I mean, sucks, but I made this the Manticore card. I like the new Manticore card. It's actually pretty good. Are Fire Kings even good? No, but like with the new support, they might be. Look at this. Oh my god, it's a new Fire King Beast Warrior monster. Its name is Fire King Avatar Hanumura. No, Hanuman. You can only use the 1 and 2 effects of this card's name once per turn. If a face-up Fire King monster you control is destroyed by card effect, you can special summon this card from your hand. That's pretty standard. When a spell, trap, card, or effect is activated, quick effect, you can negate the activation, and if you do, destroy one other fire monster from your hand or face-up field. Wow, spell trap negate. That's pretty good. They do have one that also has like a monster negate. That one has a little bit more attack points though. I don't know why it's only 1600 attack. It's a main deck negate that can special summon itself from the hand. It's like Sprite Elf. No, not Sprite Elf. Sprite Red or Sprite Carrot. Which obviously is good because Sprite Red and Sprite Carrot are both good. However, Sprite Red and Sprite Carrot can be special summoned from the deck and search directly from the deck with Sprite Starter. Or Sprite Blue. Or Sprite Jet to get out Starter. Or Gigantic Sprite. I don't know if they can really get this one out just as easily or special summon it as easily because you do need to trigger it with something else. It's an Omni Negate? No, it's a Spell Trap Negate. Remember, TheDuelLogs, no monster is as difficult to say as Interplanetary Purple Authority Dragon. That one's easy. Next up, we have Fire King Sacred Immolation Quick Play Spell. You can only use the 1 and 2 effect of this card's name once per turn. Only once that turn, target any same number of Fire King monsters you control and cards your opponent controls and destroy them. If a Fire King card you control would be destroyed by card effect, you can banish this card from your graveyard instead. Whoa. If you have another copy of this card, you can use the first effect to stop yours from getting destroyed, I guess. This isn't half bad because it's a quick effect. Which means you can chain it in response to your opponent trying to destroy your card or like get rid of them like with a Zeus or like a Mirror Jade. so they can't destroy, banish them or get rid of them in other ways, and you make sure they get destroyed, and you also destroy your opponent's cards. Yeah, Twin Twisters on steroids. However, the big problem with this card is it only targets monsters on the field. So it requires a setup board of monsters to use, which does hamper it kind of like considerably, but it is a quick play spell card, which isn't that big a deal. Plus it has a graveyard effect too. Next up, oh look, it's the rescue hamster. He's getting saved by rescue rabbit, rescue cat, rescue ferret, and rescue hamster. Oh, it's hedgehog. Never mind. Rescue hedgehog. Oh my god, he got converted into their cult. They probably love bombed him. Glad I can turn to your stream for the first time with layer content. Why, thank you, Yardlesies. Let's see. He has his tiny little feet. He's rescue hedgehog. He's a level 4 birth beast monster. You can only use this effect of this card's name once per turn. You can banish this card you control, special summon 1 normal monster and 1 effect monster from your deck that are level 3 or lower but the same type, attribute, and level. Also, the monsters special summon this effect have their effects negated and are destroyed during the end phase. This is really good. I think people were saying, oh my god, it's a Sun Avalon card. And I'm just like, probably, but like, you have to play a normal monster, which does prick you. And it only works on level 3s or lowers, which does significantly reduce its usefulness, because if it was level 4, oh my goodness gracious, the amount of plays you could set up. But just remember, it summons 2 different named monsters. So all you have to do is just find one of them that's really good, and then just find something that matches the other like stats you need for the other. Agent Earth and Shineball or Diviner. Oh my god, that's true. There's already an FTK using this agent card and the summon Shineball. Oh, yeah, the one that uses 1,000,000 bricks and garnets. Yeah, I saw that. I was just like, wow, that's a lot of garnets you have to play. An ad break? There's no ad break. I don't pay attention to the ads. They just like play every, what is it, 30 minutes? Has it been 30 minutes already? Oh, it has been 30 minutes. Holy shit. It's just reversal quiz. Yeah. 5 ads? I should really like adjust those ads. Anyways, this card is amazing. I love it. I just think about all of the gimmicks I can do with this because I love my gimmick decks. Anyways, that's it for the Duel news section. Let's go through... I forgot I had this in the background. Don't tell Ron I did this. Oh my god, thanks for the resubscription, Shiny Krishna. For 14 months. Who's that? No one. I forgot to do the first. Okay, so first we have Awesome Space Marine at number 1. Then we have Meltress 14 at number 2. Then we have Rai Ramtho Free to Play at number 3. Then we have Zord Rarg at number 4. And then we have Blue and the Gray at number 5. Oh my god, is that Rana Iana from V Reverie? Did I forget to unmute my mic? Oh, I didn't say anything important. Wait, why is my mic muted? They won't expect the third Nibiru? Logs, when do we do another game show? I tried setting it up, but it was a pain in the ass. Here, see? Like, I can't get the new one to work very well. So I gave up. Oh, here we go. Newsroom. You just wait for the intro to play again. I can't turn it up, but I don't want to. Anyways, let's look at some Yu-Gi-Oh memes. It's time for the Yu-Gi-Oh meme review. Are you guys ready for memes? First up, we have when you made fun of the big titty goth girl for playing Fire Fist, but she's activating Rekindling for the 3rd time. I'm sorry. Forgive me, mommy. This is so dumb. What is rekindling? So let me explain. The cards they're using don't matter. The Yu-Gi-Oh side of this doesn't matter. The meme is that they're saying, I'm sorry, forgive me, mommy. Because a big titty goth girl is mommy. That's the meme. The Yu-Gi-Oh part is irrelevant. What Rekindling is a card where you can special summon as many fire monsters with exactly 200 defense from your graveyard as possible. And you think, wow, 200 defense? Like, that's kind of, you know, a weird number, but a lot of fire monsters have 200 defense. Like, a vast majority of them do. But not all of them. Just, like, half of them. So it summons a lot of fire monsters from the graveyard. And Fire Fist, there are Fire Fist monsters with 200 defense. Not a lot of them, but there are some of them. Since you know about Yu-Gi-Oh, who would win Worlds? I don't know. I don't play competitive Yu-Gi-Oh. A Rekindling Searcher win? Psh, it's called Triple Tactics Thrust. Yeah, so anyways, the meme is just a big titty goth girl, and they're saying, I'm sorry, forgive me, mommy. That's it. That's the meme. Next up, me going way into depth into the insane intricacies of how modern Yu-Gi-Oh works. My GF, who knows nothing about the game, just trying to take an interest in my hobby by asking, so how does this game work anyway? See, they're over-explaining, and this person's just like, wow, you're explaining too much. The React Ghost. No React Ghost. That's you? Yeah, this is me when I'm talking to Stim, basically. Too real, cough cough, damage step rulings. Have you guys seen my damage step? My damage step, what's it called? Presentation? Yeah, my throat kind of hurts. I get some water. Go watch it on YouTube. It's a very informative video, right? See, Nair gets it. You still don't understand the damage step? Well, that's a you problem. Is it new? No, I recorded like last year. Next up, women sending nudes. She's in a provocative pose. Men sending nudes. It says ding dong. Men just send ding dong pics, whereas women do not. They send like full body stuff. This is the meme. And then it's showing Zork because they revealed a new Zork card. And Zork is infamous for basically having a big dragon penis. I mean, ding dong. And Dark Magician Girl is very famous for other reasons that are very relevant to this meme. In the fact that she's a very popular person to cosplay. Surprisingly, there is so much cosplay of Dark Magician Girl, even though I don't know why there's so much cosplay of Dark Magician Girl. It's just like a very popular cosplay. Even if the people don't really play Yu-Gi-Oh. Like it's like why not? No, it's just weird that like they chose a Yu-Gi-Oh character specifically to be like an icon of cosplay. Like it's not just like, oh, she's like the most cosplayed Yu-Gi-Oh card. It's like, no, she's just a very popular character to cosplay, like, period. It's like a thing. She's an incredibly popular character to cosplay. Just like in general. She's the reason all the Yu-Gi-Oh merch and stuff is just DM. Yeah, basically, because she's cute. There's a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh girls that cosplay. Yeah, I mean, like, I think it's because Yu-Gi-Oh's just so old, so like a lot of people who played it probably did watch the anime when they're young. Okay, but Gaga Girl? No. It's not even... You guys have to remember, like, in the context of... It's not just for Yu-Gi-Oh characters. It's just purely when it comes to people who want to do a cosplay of a cute character, Dark Magician Girl is up there as like a staple. Even if they don't really play Yu-Gi-Oh! Or give a shit about Yu-Gi-Oh! I think it's just like the outfit's just like really easy to make or something and very revealing. I'm not sure what it is. More blue eyes, white dragon cosplays. Wait, did the chat go down for a bit? It says, welcome to the chat room. Are you guys there? Am I alone? Don't leave me. Where's the IP Masquerena cosplay? I mean, Yu-Gi-Oh! Well, it's not as iconic as Dark Magician Girl. I think it's because she's a cute girl with interesting design from a popular era of the show. Yeah, I think that explains it pretty well. I think that's it. You just admitted why people are simps? Well, I mean, like, you know, that's not a mystery. We understand, us Yu-Gi-Oh! Players, we get it. I'm trying to think, like, why is this a mainstream cosplay that transcends the Yu-Gi-Oh! Community? And Super Sexy Shark kind of nailed it down. It's because she's a cute girl with an interesting design from a popular era of the show. And the show's been around for a long time. What's your favorite anime series, Mr. Logs? Welcome to the NHK. Or Hunter x Hunter. Or Madoka. One of those ones. Anyways, next meme. Oh, man. I have to explain this one to you guys. So we have this top image over here of Scrap Dragon. You're just a cheap, freaking knockoff. And he says, oh, no, no, no. We're the upgrade. So, Scrap Dragon is a generic level 8 synchro monster, which has the effect to destroy one card you control and one card your opponent controls. And it was an absolute staple of a level 8 boss monster for years because it was one of the few ways to actually destroy your opponent's cards without any other like major costs. You did have the cost of having to destroy one of your own cards to do it, but it was generally considered worth it because you were also blowing one of your opponent's cards. And it was spell speed 1, but it was super good. Then we have Destiny Hero Destroyer Phoenix Enforcer, which has the effect on a quick effect, non-targeting, to destroy one card you control and any other card on the field. And also, if it destroys itself, it comes back during the next standby phase. And of course, is a quick effect. And then we have Borreload Furious Dragon, which is garbage, but it does also have quick effect to basically do the same thing as Scrap Dragon. I'm not sure why this is here. So I guess technically we're the upgrades, but like nobody uses this card. That's the meme. I hope you guys understand it. Who plays Furious Dragon? No one. Why is DP used then if it's just a 1-for-1? Because it comes back every turn, and you can do it both during your turn and your opponent's turn. It's very good. It's super hard to get rid of too, because it can destroy itself and then come back. That makes it very hard to actually like get rid of it. Okay, next meme we have Wanda talking to Dr. Fantastic, or whatever the fuck his name is. The anime protagonist combos for a full episode, and he is loved by everyone. I combo for 2 minutes, and I'm what's wrong with the game. That doesn't seem fair. Is it Doctor Strange? Oh, Doctor Strange. Excuse me. I am an absolute buffoon. An incorrigible moron. But basically, in the anime, if someone combos for a long time, it's entertainment. If you do it in Master Duel, ugh, you're what's wrong with the game. You absolute buffoon. True, though. Next up, we have Frieza. He's saying, top OCG player openly saying they would prefer to play a format without Maxi. Konami OCG, which is represented by Frieza from Dragon Ball Super. I'll ignore that. Who is Frieza? Oh my god, you guys need to know your Dragon Ball Z lore. I can't be explaining everything to you, incorrigible, amazing people who I love and appreciate. But basically, this meme right here is explaining how the OCG still has Maxi unbanned. And they're saying, oh, it would be nice if we didn't have Maxi. And they're like, well, we like it, though. Who is he and why is he in the freezer? He's not in the freezer. That's because the anime is written to have a hand like Master Duel. You have to be sweaty, try hard. True. You guys are dumb. It's Patchy the Pirate. He says, that's it? The big announcement, the countdown was for... That was just a cheap tournament advertisement? So, Konami had this big old countdown where they were counting down to like something that was going to be announced after the tournament was over. And the big announcement was that they were going to have a tournament next year in the OCG only in order to commemorate 25 years of Yu-Gi-Oh! You guys should know this. Like, there's like a common thing when it comes to Japanese companies where they hype up announcements, and most of the time they're mediocre. Like, it's just mid shit. It's like a marketing tactic they do very, very regularly over there in the OCG, or like in Japan specifically, where they hype up like just every announcement, no matter how small it is. So like when people were asking me like on my streams, like, are you excited about the announcement that's going to come out? And I'm just like, it's probably something stupid. Who cares? It's probably something like Rush Duel is coming to the TCG. Like, I don't give a heck. I mean, it's a countdown Japanese website that was announced for Japanese streams to the Japanese audience. I don't see nothing wrong here. I don't know why people are triggered. It's because the announcement was nothing. Duel. Next up, we have Spriggan's Captain Sargaz and Har Gene Raider Boss of Storms, and they're holding hands because they're XC's decks. They're XC's decks, which are rare common quality in Master Duel, and their entire decks revolve around these field spell cards. You can't play Spriggans without their field spell card. Half their archetype searches out the field spell card. Same with generators. They also revolve around their field spell card. And their field spell cards, which are so important to the archetype, is only rare quality. Xyz decks that totally depends on field spells that is a rare quality for some reason. Har isn't an NAR. Neither is Captain Sargaz, I think. Maybe he is. I don't know. We're talking about their field spells, though, not the cards on screen. Oh my god, look at this one. He says, thanks, Hank. You really taught me a lot about propane and propane accessories. And I can tell you what, young man, I don't think I know what a heart of the cards is, but I know for certain you've got the heart of a Texan. This is exactly how Kingdom's Heart is like. This is Yugi from Yu-Gi-Oh! And Hank from King of the Hill exchanging handshakes. This is insinuating that it's the end of an episode in which they probably had a crossover, and Hank from King of the Hill was very much into propane and propane accessories, which is, it sounds like a misnomer because like who cares about propane, but Hank does. That's like his whole character. He is canonically sexually attracted to propane. So he loves his job, and he sells propane accessories, and he thinks it's the best thing ever. And Yugi he teaches people about the heart of the cards. Yes, in one of the episodes, he's very excited by propane. Nobody loves propane more than Hank. And then Yugi is all about the heart of the card, so they probably taught each other lessons in this imagined crossover. The TheDuelLogs, I'm just telling you guys King of the Hill lore. I'm just an expert on King of the Hill. Like, you know, I didn't make it, you guys did. Next up, we have a meme. It's our Artorias, King of the Noble Knights, and he says, do you star running... Holy shit, this is so small, I can't read this. Did you start turning Fire Warriors into support again? And then Emperor Charles says, hey, Artorias, can I invite my new friends to the group? And he says, oh, did you start turning Fire Warriors into support again? And he says, no. And he says, ... Oh no, this isn't Fire Warriors support. And for Noble Knights is all about Fire Warriors. Because like that's the only good version of Noble Knights. And like there's new well, this is a Fire Warrior. Like, literally 3 of these cards are Fire Warriors. Only one of them is not. No. No, Hare the Sword Mikano is a Fire Warrior. And then Battling Boxer Uppercut is a Fire Warrior. Why do they keep printing Noble Knight support? Just give up because Konami, like, loves Noble Knights. I'm sure if they could, they would marry Noble Knights. Like, Noble Knights is Konami's favorite archetype ever. Next up, we have Master Duel, and then a guy getting Handshake. And he is a non-competitive player when Platinum becomes the new Gold. And then he gets an achievement, which says, reach the Platinum rank or higher in Standard. Because it used to be that Platinum rank in Master Duel was kind of hard to get to. Well, I mean, getting to the top of Platinum rank. And then they've added 2 new ranks since then. So Platinum is basically the new Gold rank now, which means you can't de-rank from it. And the achievement has not been updated to reflect the ease in which Platinum has become. So, like, the Handshake is like, you've accomplished nothing. It's just the achievement system has not updated to account that. Next up, we have a big guy. He's a veteran Yu-Gi-Oh player trying to introduce new players to the game. And then we have a new player over here listening. He says, okay, so spell cards can be activated right away from your hand, but traps need to be placed down for a turn first. You know, he's explaining the basics of the basics to this new player. But he's not telling this new player about all the other stuff. Hand traps, inherent summons, board breakers, 5 different summoning mechanics, missing the timing, problem-solving card text. Do you guys want to watch the video? Oh, I don't think I have it set up. Never mind. I was gonna say, like, do you guys want to watch the semicolon video? Yes. What video? Semicolon. Let me show you guys the semicolon video. Targeting is a keyword in Yu-Gi-Oh! That means selecting a card as one of the conditions to activating a card effect, almost always shown before the semicolon in the effect. Let's take a look at this card. Its prerequisite is to target 1 face-down spell trap on the field, where it then says to destroy that target. If the card is flipped face up, it is no longer a face-down card and cannot be destroyed anymore since it's no longer a correct target. However, the card Galaxy Cyclone has a prerequisite to target 1 face-down spell trap as well, and has the effect to destroy it. If the face-down card is flipped face up in response, it is no longer a face-down card, and it will still get destroyed, because Galaxy Cyclone's effect does not specify to destroy the target, just to destroy it. The reason why there's a difference is because the effect is checking if the target is still correct when resolving. If the target is no longer a face-down spell trap, then Nobleman will not resolve in this scenario. However, since Cyclone doesn't check that the target is still correct, it just resolves as much as possible since it uses it instead of target in its effect. Also, if a card does not specify a target before the semicolon, then it does not target. DPE specifies it destroys 1 card you control and 1 card on the field after the colon, so it does not target. An easy way to remember what targets and what doesn't is that if a card targets, it will simply say it targets in the card text. Oh wait, this is the wrong video. That's the targeting video. This is the semicolon video. If a card has a line of text with a colon at the end of it, that means that line of text is a condition for the card to do what it does. For example, Stratos has a condition where it needs to be normal or special summoned. Then, after the condition, it explains what happens next, which is to either search a hero or destroy a card. If a line of text ends with a semicolon, however, that means a line of text is explaining the cost or prerequisite for activating the card before your opponent gets a chance to respond. For example, MST has the prerequisite of targeting 1 spell trap in the field, then immediately after the semicolon explains what the effect is, which is to destroy a card. Twin Twisters goes even further and has a discard cost and target as part of its prerequisite. Sometimes a card has both conditions and prerequisites separate. Kai's has a condition that if it's tribute summoned, then it has the prerequisite to target 1 card in the field, and then the effect to banish that target. Additionally, if a monster has no colon or semicolon in its effect, then it does not start a chain. Pankrotop's effect to special summon itself has no colon, so your opponent cannot respond to it. But Diddleby Stego does, so your opponent can. And most spell traps don't state a condition because the very act of activating them starts a chain already, so they can just detail pure effects. The video also, like, explains how inherent summons work. Is Telenite Tolmaya still good? Of course it is. Have you thought about collabing with this small YouTuber? This small YouTuber, who's the second most watched Yu-Gi-Oh YouTuber on YouTube? I don't know if they're small. Teaching this game is a nightmare. Built-in summons. This stuff sounds made up. It's really not that complicated. You have conditions before the colon. You have costs and prerequisites before the semicolon. And then you have peer effects after the semicolon or colon. Or if there's no semicolon or colon, then it just happens without a chain. Like King Kali-Yuga or Azathoth. It's so easy. Can you link the video? Yeah, sure. You've been subscribed for 13 months? Wait, what? You give me money? Whoa, I wasn't expecting that. Yeah, here, let me link it over. Hello, Leah. Did you have a good stream? I hope you had a fantastic time. Oh my god, they have Gojo in Fortnite? Holy shit, I gotta download it just to buy it. And then never fucking play it. I learned Spanish to give GFE to the Latino Yu-Gi-Oh players. There is a lot of Latino Yu-Gi-Oh players. Which one was it? Semi-conditions cost. Okay, here it is. The shorts. Sacrificial. Yes, we are a lot. Almost 300 viewers. Who's almost 300 viewers? Do donations go to Master Jewel Gems? What are you talking about? Oh my god, Leah, you want to see the wallpaper on my Just Talking stream? Let me turn that out. Seek help? I thought you of all people would understand. Anyways, let's go on to the next meme. Pen decks. Other decks. Who's that? No one. I don't have Danny's face painted on my stream. Look how good this is, though. Oh my god, this art is amazing. I could look at it for hours. Put me there instead? You don't have anything here. If you get something this well done, a solo pick, I'll consider it. After all, Leah was one of my favorites. Are you okay, Mr. Logs? Of course I am. I have to explain this meme to you guys. We're doing meme review right now. Was? Well, I don't know why I said was. Nothing's changed. Oh my god, she sent me one immediately. This isn't as good as Rana's. I mean, this is amazing art. Here, I'll show you guys what she sent. What? Here, I'll show you guys what it is. Oh, damn, this is huge. I wish I knew the shortcuts to, like, resize it without having to do this. Is ice censored now? Wait, why would ice be censored? That's too intrusive and located. Blade Runner. Who's that? This is Leia Asimov. Let's see. Which one's better? I'll put them side by side. Rana with a heart emoji to name this file. So we have this one, and then we have this one. One sparks joy and happiness. The other one sparks melancholy and brooding. Leah's not an anime as Rana. Leah Azathon. Look at this. Pure joy and happiness with all the fireworks going off and the candied apple. And then over here you can see she has a dark, troubled past. Wanna look chibi though? Don't like that? This looks so good. Thanks for the gifted sub, Terabyte79. Poll it? Okay. Where's poll at? New poll. Which background looks better? Allow additional votes. No, no additional votes. 1 minute poll. Wait, I take it back. Use this different one. Oh shit, this one's actually really good. Here, I'll set it up real quickly so you guys can see the new one she sent. Here, let me hide the spider. We'll make it really tiny over here. Okay, so we have this one or this one. This new one's really good. That's better, right? Yeah, they're both more similar. They're both like chibier styles. Oh my god, but look at this one though. That fits the theme better. Thanks for the gifted sub, Cogstopper. Rana won already? I didn't see the results of the poll. View all. It looks like with 53% of the vote, Rana won. Here, we'll do another poll since it was changed. Which of the two new ones is better? Okay. There, now you can see this a little bit better for 1 minute. We have Rana at number 1, and then Leah at number 2. You put 2 hearts this time. Oh, there's an ad? Oh, shit. Well, you guys can still vote. The lack of butt in the art, because everything? What do you mean? Caps lock and 2 hearts. Okay, DuelLogs, I think you made your point. What are you talking about?
I know, a bit of a random conversation.
Google, shut up.
Thanks for chatting with me, though. I've enjoyed it.
Hey, Google, stop. What did I walk into? Nothing. And the results are in. Apparently, oh, Leah won the second one. Rigged poll? No, you can't rig this one because this one doesn't have like additional votes allowed. Huh. Interesting. Well, you know, it was split. You know, one of them won the other and the other one won this one. It could go either way. They're both great pictures. Let's go back to the meme review. Wait, where the fuck is it at? Okay, here it is. Uh-huh. Rigged, couldn't vote. Why couldn't you vote? Use both? Wait, which one did I go on? I like this one, though. Here, this one technically won. We'll have it for a little bit. It is good, too. There's nothing wrong with this one. Now, I just wanted to prove a point. Put me away? Okay. Wait, what point did you want to prove? I forgot to vote the first time. Put the spider on their head. That my art is cute too? Yeah, that's true. It is. Yeah, you did have one that was very similar to that one. And did you... No, I wasn't. I was being entirely as respectable as humanly possible. Can you draw the duel logs? What are you talking about? No, I wasn't. Leah wanted getting what she wanted. Shut the fuck up. He was being the usual, though? Nuh-uh. Nuh-uh. I said it was just different. And then she had a similar thing, and it was fine. Duel logs, can you draw? Excellent question. Heck no. Drawing's hard. And if I'm not good at something, I give up. So, we have... what do we have over here? All right. The memes. So, do you guys understand how this meme works? We have pendulum decks and then other decks. Pendulum decks is a huge ass book. Other decks, very, very small, very tiny little decks. And the reason for that is pendulum decks have a completely second line of text to them, which like inherently doubles the amount of text they have. So there is so much reading when it comes to pendulum decks as opposed to other decks, which is why you have such a big book. A big, fat, meaty, veiny book, and then you have a tiny little one that you hide. And you make sure no one else is in the bathroom. Next up, we have cost versus effect. Send from graveyard versus discard. New Yu-Gi-Oh players trying to play Dark World, and he's crying because he doesn't understand the cost versus effects, or send from hand to the graveyard versus discard. Because you see, for Dark Worlds, they only trigger their effects when they're discarded by a card effect, which means they have to be discarded after the semicolon, not before it. If they discard before the semicolon, then it counts as a cost and not effects. And the new players, they don't understand that. They're crying. But there's also card effects that don't discard. They send from the hand to the graveyard, which do not trigger their effects, even if the send happens after the semicolon, because it's technically not a discard. A discard is a keyword. Discards sent from the hand to the graveyard, sure, but they don't have to go specifically to the graveyard. So if there's like a macrocosmos on the field, which banishes all cards that would go to the graveyard, you can still use the effect of a discard because it will just get banished instead. However, if a card requires you to send a card from your hand to the graveyard to activate a cost, or, as part of the effect, and it can't be sent to the graveyard, then you can't do it if it's part of the cost. But you can if it's a discard. It's like the difference between Ash Blossom and Max C. Max C only requires High Raiders. Wait, we didn't get a raid. Hello there, Sand Celine. Max C requires you to send the card from your hand to the graveyard to activate its effect, whereas Ash Blossom requires a discard. So you can use Ash Blossom under Macrocosmos, but you can't use Max C under Macrocosmos. So basically, cost has to be paid exactly. Forbidden Droplets is also blocked by being used in Macrocosmos. Yeah, because Forbidden Droplets sends cards to the graveyard as well. Hello, Professor Logs. Hello there. I should make a video on this. Cost versus effects. I should write this down. It's probably already written down, but I'm going to write it down again just in case. Cost versus effects. It would be a great video, right? Next up, we have... this is the Lord of the Rings meme. We have Battle Phase. Activate evenly matched. I use my Omni Negate to stop your evenly matched. And it says, oh, you have one Omni Negate? Yes. What about second evenly matched? You see, the context of this meme is they're talking about second breakfast. They're saying, oh, yes, we've had breakfast, but what about second breakfast? And in this case, they're substituting breakfast for evenly matched, because they go into the end of the battle phase and they use evenly matched from their hand to get rid of the entire field, but they stop it. And you see, most meta decks only have one spell trap negate. If they have multiple negates, usually it's for monster cards. So that's why if you have two evenly matches, you can break most competitive boards. So like, oh, you have Omni Negate for first, but what about the second? This would also work with the Mudara meme. Yeah, this would work better with the Madara meme, yeah. Oh my god, look at this one. Be the Egyptian the Japanese think you are. Yugi, Beerus, Shoddy. We have the porn meme. We have the dude from JoJo. I don't know who the guy in the bottom right is. Simply become Beerus. Next up. Oh, that's it. That's all of them. That's all of the memes. I hope you guys enjoyed the meme review. It was amazing. I had so much laughs. Hearty laughs. My cheeks are numb from laughing so much at those hilarious memes. Terrible as always. They got better at the end, but I didn't laugh at all. It was so funny. Yu-Gi-Oh memes are so freaking funny. I gotta use the restroom. I'll be right back, and then we'll do a tier list. Enjoy an ad. Hey, it's me. I'm the TheDuelLogs. I'm a psychic spider from outer space, from Earth. That's not Jupiter in the background. Anyone who says Jupiter in chat will be banned. Anyways, you're watching this probably because I'm on break. So let's get started with the ad. Today's ad is let's see. We already did one about Twitch Prime and subs and stuff. Oh, are you tired all the time? Are you a tired boy or girl? Most of my audience is men. Did you guys know that caffeine in your body lasts for up to 10 hours, sometimes even longer? So if you drink something afternoon, chances are you still have caffeine in your body if you're trying to go to sleep at night. So that could be keeping you awake. If you drink lots of caffeine, that's probably why you can't sleep. I know lots of you guys don't sleep because I stream really late at night. Another one is, did you know people go to bed and then they stay awake for a long time before sleeping? Sometimes you can stay up for like over an hour. Not me, I go to sleep like in 5 minutes. Like I just pass right out every day. But if you do, you have to make sure to account that in your sleep schedule. Like if you have to sleep 8 hours and wake up the next day, maybe go to sleep a little bit earlier. Also, did you know if you play video games before going to bed, that can keep your mind active and keep you awake even longer. Find an activity to do to wind down your brain. Or a video game that doesn't require too much brain power, so Yu-Gi-Oh's fine. Also, exercise. If you exercise, you'll actually just be more rested at night for some reason. I don't know, I think it's something about working out your body. It gets tired, so you actually want to sleep at night. Also, eat less junk food. Eat real foods, because you have actual nutrition in your body. Junk food just make you feel bad. And last tip: if you're a mouth breather, that's bad. You can breathe better with your nose. So if you can't breathe through your nose, get nose strips. And there you go. Those are tips for getting good sleep. Until next time. Hello, it's me, the TheDuelLogs. I'm a spider from the moon. This is a public service announcement in order to address some slander I've been seeing in chat. I've seen lots of people say that I'm from Jupiter, which is not true. Okay, now that we have that out of the way, let's go into this ad, because I'm probably playing this while I'm gone. How to make friends. I get this one a lot in chat. You know, those people say, hey, the TheDuelLogs, I don't have any friends. How do I make friends? And I say, well, why are you asking me? Like, I play Yu-Gi-Oh for a living. You think I have friends? So anyways, let's go over some tips on how to make friends. Now, first step, the number one step, be the initiator. Don't wait for people to contact you. Have you ever watched a TV show or an anime where the main character is some dweeb, some loser, some absolute just nobody who does nothing. He has no skills, and yet he gets all these friends and things. You know, usually what happens is that other people reach out to him, and he doesn't have to do anything. Don't be that person. Be the side character. Be the side person who reaches out to the main character and forces them in all those adventures. That's how you do it. Waiting for things to happen is guaranteeing that they won't, unless you get lucky, and you probably won't. Also, when you talk to people, don't look for the right things to say. Just say what you like or dislike. I know this will cause you to have friction, maybe make some people not like you as much if they find out what you like or dislike, but it makes you feel like a more real person. And real people are more, they're worth sticking around. You'll find people who like the things you do, and you can avoid the people who don't dislike, who like the things you dislike. Easy peasy. Also, don't complain about everything. That's a drag. Don't go... Hello there. Thanks for the sub, double jumping cactus. Sup, nerd? I'm not a nerd. Would a nerd have a background of one of their favorite VTubers? Don't think so. Why are you eating chips? It's ice cream. Probably. I guess. I don't think so. A nerd would never have that. Darn. See? Oh no, it's too much. I took way too big of a bite. I was fighting for my life over here. Mr. Logs, I missed on your streamer advice stream yet. It hasn't happened. Oh, I did one of them. Mmm. She's holding a spider. It's like we're holding hands. What kind of ice cream do you have? It's an ice. They're like a little ice cream sandwich bites. I didn't know this was a thing. I ordered them on DoorDash today. Mr. Log, can I make a video of all your stream advice on YouTube? Go for it. I'll post them too on my clip channel, but like I don't give a shit if other people do it as well. Crap, I need to wash my hands now. But there's one more bite left. For free? Do you smoke? No. I don't even drink alcohol. You're eating chips? No, I'm not. I'm gonna send Rana a message. I'm gonna ask her what should I get from DoorDash tonight. Alright, I went to go wash my hands. Why are you using the brave and stunning tag? What meme did I miss? Oh, it's because I'm brave and stunning. That's all it is. What meme is there? Okay. What were we doing again? All right. Do you care at all about worlds? Not really. Okay. This one is send to the graveyard cards. That's a long list. Yeah. It is pretty long. Let's go through this quickly. So, over here we have a tier list. Wait. Sorry, I have to do this better for YouTube. Okay, guys. Today on stream, we are going to go over a tier list of cards which have effects that activate when they're sent to the graveyard. It can be from the deck to the graveyard, from your hand to the graveyard, but not the field to the graveyard. Those ones don't count. Otherwise, there'd be like a million other things on here. Basically, cards, when sent from the deck to the graveyard, activate. They don't have to be specifically from the deck to the graveyard, just not from the field. Where are the Dark Worlds? In your mom's house. So first up, we have Absolute King Back Jack. I can't read this. I don't know if I should read it. You know, that's the thing. So we have Back Jack over here. So Back Jack has the effect where if it's sent to the graveyard, you can look at the top 3 cards of your deck and then rearrange them in any order you want. Then it has a graveyard effect that can be used on either player's turn. Excuse me. Where you can send the top card of your deck to the graveyard, and if it's a trap card... No, you reveal the top card of your deck. And if it's a trap card, a normal trap card, you get to set it, and it's able to be activated that turn. And if it's not, then it's just sent to the graveyard. So basically with this card, if you're not using it in order to set normal trap cards, you can use it in order to strategically rearrange the top card of your deck and then send it to the graveyard. So it is an additional way to trigger more cards. It is a good way to get more sent to the graveyard effects in the graveyard. So I think that's pretty good. I'm going to put it in B tier. Are we going to evaluate only the sent to the graveyard effect of the whole card? I am not going to put parameters on this because I don't know. Next card, we have Absolrouter Dragon. I don't know what this card's graveyard effect is. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can add 1 rocket monster from your deck to your hand. You can release effect once per turn. Oh, is this card using Dragon Link? It seems like it would be. If you control a rocket monster, spell summon this card from your hand. You can only spell summon once per turn. Holy shit, that's really good. The other played a lot? Yeah, both those effects sound very good. We'll put it in B tier. Because fuck Dragon Link. I mean, F Dragon Link. Next up, we have Alien Stealth Buster. You can banish this card from your graveyard, target 1 monster with A counters, and destroy it. It's a way for alien cards to destroy cards that have A counters on them. It also places A counters. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target 1 face-up monster in the field, place 2 A counters on it. Additionally, has a graveyard effect to banish yourself from the graveyard to destroy a monster with A counters on it. So basically, this card is destroy 1 card in the field. During your main phase, except the turn this card was sent to the graveyard. Oh, never mind. It has to be on a separate turn. Thanks for the sub sockets. Wow, 2 meow emotes. Yeah, thanks for the resub. I think this one is C tier. It doesn't seem that great. Next up, we have Aeromage, Aeromage. I don't know why I was saying that wrong. Aeromage Laurel. If your life points are higher than your opponent's, spell summon this card from your hand. If you gain life points, target a non-tuner plant monster in your graveyard. On the field, it is treated as a tuner this turn. If this card is sent to the graveyard, gain 500 life points. Okay. So basically, its graveyard effect is gain 500 life points, which is pretty mediocre. F tier. Next up, we have Bringer. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target 1 water monster you control. It gains 1,000 attack until the end of this turn. Wow. It gives a 1000 attack boost to a water monster specifically. Your voice sounds tired. My voice is tired. F tier. Next up, we have the Cursed Bamboo Sword. So this card has the effect where if it's sent to the graveyard, you get to add any Bamboo Sword card from your deck to your hand except another copy of itself. This shit is pretty good. I'm putting this in A tier. This is very good in FTK decks. So what's it used for? Oh, it has good targets. It can search out either Golden Bamboo Sword or just normal Bamboo Sword so that you can draw a whole bunch of cards. This is like one of the best cards in... It is pretty breaky. Yeah, that's true. In like FTK decks. Next up, we have Cyber Dragon Hearse. If this card is sent to the graveyard, add another Cyber Dragon card from your deck or graveyard to your hand. Holy shit. That's a pretty good graveyard effect. We'll put it in B tier. I'm going to put archetype specific searchers that are not generic in B tier. I'm making rules as we go because I want to justify Bamboo Sword being higher. Next up, we have Dawn Knight. If this card is sent to the graveyard, send one light monster from your deck to the graveyard. That's pretty good. B tier? Yeah, we can put this one in B tier. This card used to be searched out through Union Hanger, I think. Was it Union Hanger? No, I don't think it was Union Hanger. What is it called? Union Carrier. It would target itself with this card, and then it would be sent to the graveyard, and then it would allow them to like send one of the other cards on this list to the graveyard to trigger its effect. Or to get like Ben 10 in the grave. Dawn is field to the grave though. Is it? If this card is sent from... No, it's not. If this card is sent from your deck to the graveyard, target light monster to your graveyard, place one target on the top of your deck. If this card is sent from the field to the graveyard... Oh, it has 2 graveyard effects. That's why it's on here. If this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, send a light monster from deck to the graveyard. If this card is sent from the deck to the graveyard, target one light monster in your graveyard. Place that target on top of your deck. Whoa, you can reset Evo with this. Neat. Let's go to the next one. We have Magnet Warrior. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can special summon Valkyrion the Magnet Warrior from your hand or deck. Ignore its summoning conditions by banishing 3 level 4 lower Magnet Warrior monsters with different names from your graveyard. Wait, is it different names or is it just any cards? Banish 3 level 4 or lower Magnet Warrior monsters from your graveyard except Delta the Magnet Warrior. Special summon 1 Valkyrion the Magnet Warrior from your hand, deck, or graveyard. Whoa. Pure Bestials exist now. Union Carrier got banned, so Drytron died. Eva didn't need hit. Oh, Valkyrion. Let's put this one in... I guess C tier is fine. It's very archetype specific. It is pretty decent archetype. The archetype's just not very good. Next up, we have Desperado Barrel Dragon. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can add a level 7 or lower monster that has a coin toss effect from your deck to your hand. Whoa. A coin toss effect. What are good coin toss effects you can search with this? I'm trying to think. It basically searches out like coin toss cards from your deck as long as they're level 7 or lower. Barrel Dragon, Snipe Hunter. Snipe Hunter is a dice roll effect, not a coin toss effect. What is the best target to search with this? Blowback Dragon? Is it really? Time Wizard? Yeah, it can search Time Wizard. Telephon? No, it doesn't search Telephon. Cup of Ace? There is that Cup of Ace monster that it can search out. Misjudge. There's not really good targets for it. This is a good card because it searches a lot of things. It's just there's not really a good target for it. I'm going to just put it in C tier. Next up, we have Diabolico Dragon Fiend Commander. If this card is sent to the graveyard by a card effect, you can target 1 Fiend monster in your graveyard except this card and add it to your hand. Oh, that's amazing. However, this card has another effect where if a Fiend monster other than itself is sent from your field is sent to the graveyard by a card effect. You can special summon this card from your hand or graveyard, but it's banished when it leaves the field. So, under its normal summoning procedure, this card is going to be banishing itself most of the time while it's on the field. However, if you bring it out in another way, and if it is sent to the graveyard by a card effect... No, wait. If this card is sent to the graveyard by a card effect... No, you can just get it if it's milled too. Never mind. Being able to add back another fiend from your deck from your graveyard to your hand is really good. I'm going to put this one in B tier. This is a great card. And then while it's in the graveyard, it can come back too. I was just knowing that Weathering Soldier isn't on here, but it could probably be because it's C tier. What the hell is Weathering Soldier? Next up, we have... Wait, my blinder did not see the Ishizus. Yeah, I forgot to include the Ishizus. Next up, we have Dotscaper. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can special summon it. This is a once per duel effect. Whoa. A tier. Special summon. It also has another ability where if this card is banished, you can special summon it. Both of its effects have a once per duel effect. However, it does share a hard once per turn between both of the effects, so you can't use them both on the same turn. And this card can be normal summoned from your hand. Dotscaper can actually set up some really nice combos because it's Cyber's type. So, next up, we have... What is this card? Idea the Heavenly Squire. If this card is sent to the graveyard, target one of your banished monarch spell or traps and add that card to your hand. Oh, yeah, this is really good. Because one of their best monarch spell cards, which doesn't have a hard once per turn on any of its effects, banishes itself in order to use the effect. So this card is just pure advantage in monarchs. This is very good. B tier. Shadow Mist. If this card is sent to the graveyard, add any hero monster from your deck to your hand. This is very good in hero decks. B tier. Next up, we have Eva. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can banish up to 2 other Light Fairy monsters from your field and or graveyard. Add the same number of level 2 or lower Light Fairy monsters with different names from your deck to your hand, except Eva. You can only use this effect once per turn. This is an S tier card. It searches 2 cards when sent to the graveyard. This is nuts. It was even banned for a hot second. I don't even know if this card is still banned or not, but it was very good. Next up, we have Farfa, Malebranche of the Burning Abyss. If sent to the graveyard, banish 1 target on the field until the end phase. If you send this with Beatrice, it basically turns her effect into a quick effect banish. It's like one of the worst ways to use Beatrice. We'll put Farfa in F tier. Garbage card. Next up, we have Felis, the Lightsworn Archer. Cannot be normal summoned or set. Must be special summoned by a card effect. If this card is sent from your deck to the graveyard by a monster effect, special summon it. You can tribute this card, then target 1 monster your opponent controls, destroy that target, then send the top 3 cards of your deck to the graveyard. It does special summon a level 4 tuner if it's sent from the deck to the graveyard. That's pretty good. Tuners are good. I'm going to put this one in B tier. I don't know about A tier because you can't normal summon it. If you could normal summon, I think it would be a little bit better. Yeah, because it's a brick. It's literally just a dead card in your hand. But if you do get it out, it's really good because it's a tuner and also it has a destruction effect, which mills more cards. Like, this is a very good card. The only problem is that it's technically a brick if you draw into it. C tier problems. Most light swords activate the disc during the end phase. I mean, you can use this in non-Lightsworn decks. Next up, we have Fiendish Rhino Warrior. I didn't know this one had a graveyard effect. Does it? If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can send 1 fiend monster from your deck to the graveyard. Oh. Well, that's pretty good. I'm going to put this in B tier. I'm sure this was very good in Malebranche decks. Burning Abyss. Next up, we have Flip Frozen. Oh, this one's hilarious. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can change all attack position monsters your opponent controls to defense position. That's so funny. It technically like blinks out a battle phase if it's sent to the graveyard, and it is a card which is sent to the graveyard no matter how. So if you like discard this from your hand during the battle phase, it turns all your opponent's monsters to defense position. Or if it's sent from the deck to the graveyard through a mill, it turns them all to defense position. Or if it's just sent from the field to the graveyard, it sends them all to defense position. Not too bad. I think this is technically still F tier. That's just not a very good effect. But it is funny. Why? Because changing your opponent's monster's defense position is just like laughably bad. It's not very good. Next up, we have Flower Dino. No, it's not Book of Moon. It changes them to defense position, not face down defense position. They're still face up. What's this one's graveyard effect? Cannot be normal summoner set. Must be special summoned by its own effect. You can only use each of the following effects of Flower Dino once per turn. If you activate a trap card or effect, or your opponent activates a spell card or effect, you can special summon this card from your hand. If this card is sent to the graveyard, target 3 banished spells / traps, place them on the bottom of your appropriate decks in any order, then draw 1 card. So it allows you to reuse banished spell traps. This seems useful in Labyrinth decks to get back Big Welcome Labyrinth. Not bad, yeah. There's also a ton of spell traps that banish for cost from the graveyard. Like, pretty much all modern spell traps have some kind of, like, graveyard effect where they banish them as a cost. And Flower Dino looks like you get them back and draw a card, and also it special summons itself from the hand. Helpful if you mess up IP Primalcy with Shut the fuck up. I'm going to put this one in C tier. Next up, we have Gem Knight Lazuli. If this card is sent to the graveyard by a card effect, you can target 1 normal monster in your graveyard and add it to your hand. A normal monster back to your hand? Lame. Let's put this in F tier. Normal monsters suck. Next up, we have Hellfire Sleeping Beauty Ghost Sleeper. What's his graveyard effect? If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can add 1 Ghost Fusion from your deck to your hand. During your main phase, except the turn this card was sent to the graveyard, you can banish this card from your graveyard and discard 1 card, then target 1 of your banished level 4 or higher zombie monsters, add it to your hand. You can only use effect once per turn. Add a Ghost Fusion card from your deck to your hand. Ghost Fusion sucks, but you can get back 1 of your banished zombies, which includes Mezuki, and you can basically just ditch Ghost Fusion as the cost. Yeah, recycles Mezuki. I think, but Ghost Fusion's garbage. And it has to be on a subsequent turn. Except this... I'm going to put this card in F tier. Having to do both of the effects on 2 different turns really hampers the usability of the card. Next up... Oh, it's awful, but it's funny. Yeah, it does recycle Mezuki. We have Glow Boom. If this card is sent to the graveyard, banish this card from your graveyard. Add 1 level 5 or higher zombie monsters from your deck to your hand. Or if Zombie World, special summon it instead. What's funny about Glow Bloom is it has a whole bunch of like ruling confusions, because its trigger is if this card is sent to the graveyard, and then its cost is to banish itself from the graveyard. So some people argue is like, well, the trigger for the effect is the card being sent to the graveyard, so you should be able to chain DD Crow to it. But it's like, no, that's not how it works, because the cost is to banish itself from the graveyard, so it's already gone before you get a chance to chain anything to it. So sometimes the ruling confusions just come from people who don't understand how colons and semicolons work, because they need to watch my video on semicolons and colons. It's simultaneous, Well, it's not really simultaneous, but like technically it is. Because it has the trigger. It's just after the trigger is met, it immediately pays the cost, which is to banish itself, which removes it from the graveyard, even though its trigger was being sent to the graveyard in the first place. It sends and then banishes. Yeah, exactly. And that's why the rulings confusions basically come from people who just like, well, you should have a chance to respond to it. It's like, well, you don't, because the banish happens during the cost or prerequisite stage. So there is no cost. Anyways, Glow Bloom's pretty good. We're going to put it in C tier, because it's literally only good to get out Ballard Rotch in like zombie decks. Next up, we have Goki Pole. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can add exactly a level 4 insect monster from your deck to your hand. What's interesting about Goki Pole is that it only adds level 4 insects, not level 4 or lower, which is really annoying. Also, if the card you added was a normal monster, you can special summon it. Then you can destroy one monster in the field who has more attack than the monster you added. You love these guys? Goki Pole is actually a very good card, specifically because it has a great target. Do you guys know what that target is? There is a very generic target this card can search out that is used in decks that love to send a bunch of cards to the graveyard. Sea Squatter? No. Mothman, there it is. It can search out Mothman. Danger Mothman is a card which allows you to reveal it and then randomly discard one card from your hand and then special summon it and then draw one card. And also if the card is discarded, you get to draw one card and discard one card. So decks that would play Mothman are decks that love to randomly send a bunch of cards to the graveyard, which would trigger Goki Pole to search out Mothman. Because it has Mothman as a target, it's actually like a generically useful card in decks that want to send cards to the graveyard. It's very good specifically because it can search out Mothman. If it didn't have Mothman as a target, it'd be garbage and like only usable in its very specific deck. But because it can search out Mothman, it's actually very good in these kinds of decks. Next up, we have Gozuki. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can banish it from your graveyard and then special summon a zombie monster from your hand. Whoa. No, wait. If this card is sent to the graveyard, banish one zombie monster from your graveyard except Gozuki. Special summon one zombie monster from your hand. It also has another effect where during your main phase, you can send any zombie monster from your deck to the graveyard. Gozuki is actually pretty decent. But special summoning from your hand is not. C tier. Next up, we have Hellshadow Hollow. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can send cards from the top of your graveyard to the graveyard. No, wait. You can send cards from the top of your deck to the graveyard, equal to the number of different original attributes amongst the monsters on the field. So if there's 6 different attributes on the field, you can send 6 cards on top of your deck to the graveyard. Chances are you'll be lucky to mill 2 extra cards. So basically, yeah, you're almost guaranteed to mill at least 1 extra card. The OCG still plays this in tier limits. Why? Why do they play this in tier limits? I mean, I've played this card. Like, getting extra mills is good. It is also technically a shadow card, so you can go into window, yeah. Like, you know, if I were to guess, I would think the reason this is played in tier limits is specifically because out of all of the shadow cards, this is the only one that mills more when it's sent to the graveyard. And also technically has shadow in its name, so you can use it to go into window. The other ones don't mill any extra, like, generic cards. And, you know, honestly, milling extra generic cards is pretty decent. I'm going to put this in C tier. Give me one momento. Hell yeah. Do. Wait, why are you upside down? Because I'm a spider. Next up, we have Hundred Dragon. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target one... No, wait. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target one face-up monster you control that was special summoned from the extra deck. The first time that face-up monster would be destroyed by battle or card effects, it is not destroyed. You can only use the effect once per turn. So it basically gives a lingering effect to one of your extra deck monsters, which makes it so it can't be destroyed once. It's almost like it gives it a counter, because there is no duration on this. Target one phase of monster you control. That festival monster, first time the monster would be destroyed by a card effect, it is not destroyed. This is such a weird lingering effect. Anyway, Mirror Jade. The effect is not that good, because like a protection effect that only activates when it's sent to the graveyard. It's like that one runic card. There's a runic card that does this. This is like a forever effect though. It's not till the end of the turn. Usually these effects only last till the end of the turn. For some reason, this effect is last forever. Does Slumber last forever? I don't think so. I'm pretty sure Slumber is till the end of the turn. Why does he look like he's about to make an argumentative YouTube video? Runic Slumber? No, it's just until the end of the turn. Logs is right. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, there aren't many cards that have effects like this that last forever. In fact, I can't think of any other cards like this, where they have just like a one. Nope, it just stops once. No, B-Cop places a counter. Usually cards like this that have effects like this place a counter on them. Masquerena does. No, I mean, it is a lingering effect, but like a lingering effect that only lasts until a condition is met. Whereas Masquerena just lasts forever. Does it last forever until it protects at least once? It lasts forever until it protects at least once. The thing is, most effects like this only last until the end of the turn. This one doesn't have a duration on it. Either way, it's still F tier. Next up, we have Jinzo Returner. If this card's sent to the graveyard, special summon a Jinzo from the graveyard, but destroy it during your end phase. Next up, Kidmodo Dragon. If this card is sent to the graveyard, special summon a dragon-type monster from your hand. Why? Because Jinzo sucks. And it's destroyed anyway. Dragon-type monster from your hand. You cannot special summon monsters except dragon-type monsters, nor conduct your battle phase the turn you activate this effect. God, this is so garbage. The ability to special summon a dragon from your hand is not worth all those downsides. He's so goofy. No, he's F tier. I will say, Jinzo can be useful in certain decks that want to have its like trap negate effects. It's just those decks don't randomly mill, and probably don't want to use Jinzo Returner. Next up, we have Laundry Trap. If this card is sent to the graveyard by a card effect, you can target one card in your graveyard that was sent there this turn and add it to your hand, but it cannot be used until the turn after this card resolves. No, until the end of the turn after the next turn. You're basically locked out of using the card for 2 turns. But it does allow you to add any card that was sent to the graveyard this turn to your hand. You just can't use it for 2 turns. The problem is that that's a very long time to wait. But the effect is technically very good. It also has an on-field effect where every time a monster is summoned, you mill the top card of your deck. So it's like one of those, if it was just until the end of the turn, it'd be so much better, but it's the end of the next turn, which just kind of makes it almost unplayable, but I still want to put it in C tier anyway, because it's still pretty good. Might as well read, can't activate until the next game. Yeah, pretty much. Next one, Limiter Overload. If this card's sent to the graveyard, special summon Speed Warrior from your hand, deck, or graveyard. It's a guaranteed level 2 monster on the board. S tier, let's go. Now this is F tier. Nobody plays that garbage card. It's a terrible level 2 monster, and you'd have to basically play a Garnet for this card. Technically, it brings out from the hand, deck, or graveyard, so you don't have to worry about like not being able to use the card. It's almost like special summon a level 2 monster that can sometimes break your hand. Next up, we have Crimson Fox. If this card is sent to the graveyard by a card effect, you can target one face-up monster opponent controls and change his attack to 0 until the end of this turn. When a card effect targets a Lunalight monster you control, a quick effect, banish this card from your graveyard, negate the activation, and if you do, each player gains 1,000 life points. Oh, it has a negate too. Yeah, this card was actually restricted in Duel Links for a hot second, I believe. Because you could send it off of Neos Fusion and then just like win by lowering one of your opponent's monsters' attack to 0. Yeah, the negate's not half bad either. How good is this in Lunalights? I don't really know Lunalights that well. It might still be limited. It's still on the limit 2 list? Damn. Last time I saw that as a problem was like years ago. Well, I'll put it in C tier. I only know what Tiger does. I don't really know the Tiger combos that well. Next up, we have Magician's Rest Age. If this card is sent to the graveyard, add a Magician continuous spell from your deck to your hand. Oh, it searches. But nothing very good. I'm putting in C tier because that searches. It does search on sent to the graveyard. Why no shoes is because I forgot. I might just be professional Ava, but I haven't memorized the good Luna lines yet. Hello, DuelLogs. Hello there. Next up, we have Mecha Phantom Beast O-Line. If sent to the graveyard, special summon a Mecha Phantom Beast token. However, the sent to the graveyard effect is a hard once per turn. It is a good effect. Normally this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, not from the hand or deck to the graveyard. B tier? I'm trying to think. Like, this card is technically very good. Should I just put it in A tier? Because it has so many good uses. Like, I guess technically it's only good if you're able to use a whole bunch of other stuff. But so is Goki Pole. I think the context of the card existing make it a pretty decent one, but when it comes to generic usability, it's not very generically usable. Kind of dependent on how many enablers there are. I'll put it in B tier or the other like very dependent cards that are not generic. Goki Pole level, yeah. I don't know about Goki Pole level. I'll put it in B tier level. Next up, do tier limits fit this list? Oh, I guess they do. We have now Shadow Ariel. If this card is sent to the graveyard by a card effect, target up to 3 cards in the graveyards and banish them. B tier. Next up, we have Natura's Sacred Tree. If this card is sent to the graveyard, add any Naturia card from your deck to your hand, not once per turn. This is very good. I don't know if this is S tier good or A tier good. This card is limited. This card was garbage until they printed Mole, until they printed Crooked Mole in the Camilla. Before they printed, actually there was also one other card that's really good. It's not once per turn, so if you mill 3 of these, you could add 3 cards. It's super good. Does it exclude itself? It does exclude itself, but it doesn't exclude other spell traps from the thing. Searching Mole Crooked alone? Yeah, Mole Crooked is so good. Can it search Nature Exterior? Basically. The fact that all tier limit names are generic, make them S-chat, just pretend it's there. I forgot about the tier limits because there's basically an archetype that does that. Next up, we have Neo Kaiser Glider. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can make all monsters your opponent control lose 500 attack until the end of this turn. F tier. What the fuck is this shit? Next up, we have Night Sword Serpent. If this card is sent to the graveyard by a card effect, you can special summon this card, but banish it when it leaves the field. You can only use effect once per turn. Funny thing is, if this card is detached by a Time Thief or Doer, it will come back. And it's level 4. So basically it comes back through Time Thief or Doer. And it's an Aqua? No, it's Reptile. It was played in some tier limit decks though. Because if it's sent through the random mill, it comes back and it can go into a Time Thief or Doer, and then during your opponent's turn you can detach it in order to bring it back as a level 4. A level 4 for Bahamut. Yeah, and it's a water. Usable but not usually great. It's pretty good. I'm gonna put it in A tier. Because it's very generic. Okay, next up, we have Noctovision Dragon. What's this one's graveyard effect? If this card is sent to the graveyard as a link material, you draw 1 card. That's its effect. As a link material? Banish this card from your graveyard. Negate the effect if your opponent cannot target face down cards for the rest of this turn. Use the following effects once per turn. If a Dark Dragon is special summoned to your field, except during the damage step, special summon this card from your hand. If this card is sent to the graveyard as a link material, you can draw 1 card. B or C? This one basically only triggers from the field, though. I made a mistake. This isn't supposed to be on this list. Miyu and Trish don't use this in their decks. C tier at best. It's not supposed to be on this list. Is Dandelion on this list? No, because Dandelion's banned. I'm going to put it in F tier because it doesn't belong on the list. Where's Bestial Serenir? I forgot about it. Next up, we have Ojama Pajama. If this card is sent to the graveyard, special summon as many of your banished Ojama monsters as possible. Holy moly. You can special summon like 5 monsters with this card. That's amazing. Let's put this in C tier. Because Ojamas suck. Next up, Outstanding Dog Mary. Add 1 Outstanding Dog Moran from your deck to your hand. And if you do, place this card on top of your deck. You can only use this effect once per turn. It does search a card and then puts itself back. That's a very realistic dog. It is kind of a realistic dog. I'm going to put this one in F tier because who cares about Outstanding Dog Marin? Weird background with all the question marks. Anti-deck tech out choice. I mean, I guess we'll put it in C tier. Whatever. Next up, Quatless. Oh, this one's sent to the graveyard. You get to search out an Evolution Pill card. That's very good because it can bring out Ultimate Conductor Tyranno. B tier. Next up, Trick Clown. If sent to the graveyard, come back. 0 stats. Take 1,000 points. Very good card. A tier. Next up, Dark Clown. If when sent to the graveyard, banish this card from your graveyard. Special summon 1 Petin the Dark Clown from your deck. This one misses timing very easily. F tier. Next up, we have Predaplant Bisblips. If this card's sent to the graveyard, add a Predaplant monster from your deck to your hand. This can search out Dragostopalia. No, wait, no it can't. Not Dragostopalia. What's Orpheus Scorpio? That's the one, right? Technically, it searches out Orpheus Scorpio. Whatever. It's an archetype search. I'll put it in B tier. This card is actually insane. Yeah, it's good, I guess. Another Predaplant one. If this card is sent to the graveyard or added to your extra deck face up because it was used as a fusion material, you can choose monsters on the field up to the number of monsters you control and place 1 Predaplant counter on each one of them. And if you do, any of those monsters that have level 2 or higher become level 1 as a result of having a Predator counter. Wait, if this card is sent to the graveyard or added to your extra deck face up because it was used as a fusion material, does it have to be sent to the graveyard by fusion material to activate the effect? Because either way, the effect's not very good. F tier. When do you think we could see Gold Pride in Master Duel? Random question. I have no idea. Why do people want to play Gold Pride? Oh, next up. If a monster is sent from your opponent's hand or deck to the graveyard, you can special summon this card from your hand in face down defense position. If this card is flip face up, you can target the 2 cards in the field and destroy them. Technically, only triggers on your opponent's card effects. This shouldn't be on the list. F tier. Okay, Psychic Rover. If this card is special summoned, roll a 6-sided die, and if you roll 1 or 6, destroy the 2 cards in the field. If this card is sent to the graveyard, roll a 6-sided die. If you roll a 2, 3, 4, or 5, Special summon this card. The player who summoned it cannot special summon from the extra deck while it's face up in the monster zone. It's a rotation series staple. Is it really? So Psychic Rover doesn't have any once per turns on any of its effects. Just an FYI. So if you're lucky, if you keep sending this card to the graveyard, it might be able to keep coming back. That's why it has the effect where you cannot special summon from your extra deck at all while it's in the monster zone. So there's no way to use it. Oh, it was a joke. Yeah, it's very hard to actually use this card because you can't use your extra deck with it. Like, technically the effects are pretty decent for a gamble card, but it's still a gamble card, and the restriction is definitely harsh enough for it. So let's put this one, sadly, in F tier. This is like one of the most broken sounding cards, which is properly restricted. Next up, Quadrin, the Clear-Sighted. What the hell does this card do? When this card is normal summoned, you can set one continuous trap from your hand or graveyard. It can be activated this turn. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can activate this effect. Face-up trap cards you control cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects until the end of the next turn. Yeah, Floodgate support. I love my Floodgates. This is F tier, though, for its graveyard effect. Next up, Windy. Special summon a Shadow monster from your deck when it's sent to the graveyard. Summons from the deck when sent to the graveyard. That's pretty decent. We'll put it in C tier. Maybe B tier? No, I think C tier is appropriate. Next up, Revival Golem. If this card's sent to the graveyard... No, when this card is sent from your deck to the graveyard, special summon it or add it to your hand. Both those effects are very good. And it's generic. A tier. Rock Band, Xeno Guitar. If this card is sent to the graveyard... Excuse me. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target one rock monster in your graveyard, except this card, add it to your hand, then place one card from your hand on top of your deck. Whoa. If this card is banished from the field or graveyard, send one rock monster from your deck to the graveyard. Oh. I would almost bump Wendy to B, since just better for Felicity Dragons for the graveyard effect. I guess. Whatever. I think B is fine. Xeno Guitar. Should this be A or B? Chat, I'll let you guys decide. B tier at least. This is at least played in one of in like all Adamancipator decks. B at best. Okay, B tier. Next up, we have Falco. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target a Salamangreat spell trap in your graveyard. Set that target to the field. Holy crap, that's good. If this card is in your graveyard, you can target a Salamangreat monster you control, except Salamangreat Falco, return that card to your hand, and if you do special summon this card, you can lose 5 points per turn. This seems very good. Is this card used in Salamangreat decks? Because I know they love their trap cards being set back to the field. Falco is decent. Yeah, a ton. Yes. So B tier? I use one. It sounds like it's B tier material. Next up, we have Scar of the Vendread. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can add a Vendread spell trap from your deck to your hand. Oh, it was played, not anymore. Okay, yeah, salad, fire mixed up stuff. Whoa! If a monster on the field is tributed while this card is in your graveyard, you can banish one other zombie monster from your graveyard, special summon this card, and if you do, while it's face up in the monster zone, you cannot special summon monsters except Vendread monsters. You can affect once per turn. Well, it searches Vendreads when it's sent to the graveyard. That's pretty decent. I'm sure this is very useful in Vendread decks. So, B tier. You play Vendreads, so trust. Oh, thanks for the raid, War Kalos. Were you guys playing Yu-Gi-Oh? How was your Yu-Gi-Ohs? I love Yu-Gi-Ohs. Hi, TheDuelLogs. Hello there, War Kalos. We're looking at cards which have effects that activate when they're sent to the graveyard, but not from the field. Next up, we have Scrap Iron Statue. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target one junk monster in your graveyard, special summon defense position. You can effect once per turn. That's lame. I'm going to put this in C tier. Was fun. Almost made it to M3. What's M3? Master 3? Man, I do not play enough competitive Yu-Gi-Oh. You think I can make it all the way up to like Diamond with my with a stun deck? Should I just try climbing with stun decks? I want to see how much of a menace I can be if I just play a stun deck all the way to the top. Diamond is easy. I'm going to try climbing. I'm going to be the best climber who's ever existed. I'm going to be like Celeste climbing that mountain. You're a terrible person? Why, thank you. Please do. Next up, we have Shadow Beast. If this card's sent to the graveyard by a card effect, draw one card. That's really good. B tier? No, this is A tier. It's a draw. You draw a card. Have a lovely street. Why, thank you, Rourke. I hope you have a wonderful day. S tier? Yeah, I'm debating S tier, honestly. This is either S or A tier. S tier for Winda, A for sure. I think it's A tier. I would put it in S tier if it wasn't such a fucking brick in your hand. That's the only reason I'm not putting it in S tier. Like, this is the worst card ever to draw. Yeah, if only it wasn't level 5. I can't tell you how many times I bricked on this card. If my opponent hasn't quit Yu-Gi-Oh by the end of the game, I don't consider it a real victory. Right? Oh my god, somebody gets me. Someone in chat finally understands me. If I cannot have a good time unless my opponent's having a bad time. OCGs play this one or Hollow as their tier brick. Yeah, that makes sense. Still a draw if you discard by effect. Yeah, but like lots of cards don't discard by effect. Okie dokie. Next up, we have Shadow Core. If this card's sent to the graveyard, add any Shadow spell trap from your graveyard to your hand. It searches back your fusions. That's pretty decent. I don't know how decent. I don't think modern Shadow decks even play this card anymore. I'm going to put it in C tier just because it's not bad. Next up, Shadow Dragon. Pop a spell trap when it's sent to the graveyard. This is like the only card that pops spell traps when it's sent to the graveyard. Yeah, we'll put it in C tier. Hi, TheDuelLogs. I hope I get caught in the screen cap. No. Next up, we have Shadow Falco. If this card's sent to the graveyard, it special summons itself in defense position. No, wait, it special summons a shadow monster in the graveyard. It doesn't have to be itself. I always forget about that because it usually just special summons itself. C tier, I guess. Oh, it's a tuner? I didn't even notice that. Whatever. Next up, we have Squamata. If this card's sent to the graveyard, you can send any shadow card from your deck to the graveyard. I'll just put this in C tier next to its other shadow brethrens. Next up, we have Ladybug. If this card is sent to the graveyard, gain 1,000 life points. Guys, this is A tier. This is an A tier card. S tier. Yeah, like actually. Because of time rules. This card has seen so much competitive play. You have no idea. Move it up to S tier? Okay, we'll put it in S tier. This is an S tier card. Gain 1,000 life points when sent to the graveyard. It's a mandatory effect, so the fact that it's a win effect doesn't matter. People actually side. Yeah, people actually play this card for time rules. That card got summoned to the finals of YCS? Yeah. I own 3 of this card and I feel guilty about it. Stop. I was joking. Why is that card good? Because of time rules where when they call time, you have until the end of the phase to do things, and then after that phase is over, whoever has the most life points wins. So if you just find a way to get this card to the graveyard, you'll get 1,000 life points, and you'll be above your opponent, and you'll win. And gaining 1,000 life points usually offsets a lot of other like burn effects or just like other life point gain things. It's the highest amount of life points you can gain from this kind of effect. We do have Laurel over here, which gains 500 life points, but you know, Ladybug is 1,000. That's double as much. Time to start running that in my tier piles in MD. MD doesn't have time rules, so it's useless. Anyways, I think Skullmark Ladybug is one of the most weakest seeming cards out of all these cards, which is technically very meta competitive, specifically because of how the time rules work. Why are Row Mages top tier of time rules are a thing? Because this Skullmark Ladybug can be played in meta decks, whereas Row Mages cannot, except for Laurel. But Skullmark Ladybug is better than Laurel because it gives you twice as many life points. AMD's time rules is just if you specifically run out of time, you lose. Yep, pretty much. Skullmark steals games it has no right to. Yeah, exactly. Next up, we have Snapdragon. I like this card. When this card is sent to the graveyard, banish one random card from your opponent's hand until the end phase. Like, if you mill this, you can snipe your opponent's hand, but it's only until the end phase. It's kind of hard to use it during your opponent's turn. Funny thing is, so in Duel Links, there's this skill which has an effect where just like once per game, you can like remove from play all cards that are removed from play. Like they're just gone from the game forever. So if you were able to get Snapdragon to proc its effect during your first turn, and then use that skill to just get rid of all of the banished cards, it turns Snapdragon's effect into just a normal hand rip. And even in that deck, they didn't play Snapdragon. Yeah, banished, but actually. Yeah. Just because it wasn't really necessary. They just like did other things with that skill instead. So it's like, it's so funny that even in a skill that makes this an actual hand rip, it still wasn't considered competitively viable, unfortunately. So I think we have to put this in F tier because like it had its time to shine and it didn't. Wait, is that the skill like Necker Valley but banished? That's hilarious. Yeah. Unfortunately. Next up, we have Stay Sailor Romarin. What does this one do? If this card is sent to the graveyard by a card effect, you can send one level 5 or lower plant monster from your deck or extra deck to the graveyard. Oh, you can use this to send that level 5 Synchro monster, which special summons Synchro Dragons from the graveyard. Yeah, because it sends from the extra deck. This is actually pretty good. I'm going to put this in B tier. I don't know what the name is off the top of my head, but there's this level 5 Synchro monster, which is a plant, which has the effect where you can banish yourself from the graveyard to special summon a Dragon Synchro monster from the graveyard. So, like, it has an excellent target. It might even have more targets than that, but I just know that one for sure is a good one. Send from ED. It's really good. Yeah. She has mismatched stockings. Oh my god, girl. Learn how to match your stockings. When this card is sent to the graveyard, add a level 3 Prophecy monster from your deck to your hand. I think this card actually saw some play in old versions of spellbooks, but not a lot. I'm going to put an F tier. Red Layer. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target one Super Quant monster in your graveyard and special summon it, but it can activate its attack this turn. Wow, only in Super Quants? It does special summon itself from the hand. That's the best part of this card. We are evaluating this based on its sent to the graveyard effects. Not from its ability to special summon a Super Quant monster from the graveyard, which is its sent effect. I'm going to put it in F tier, even though the card can loop itself. No, it specifically doesn't allow it to use itself. If it could loop itself, that'd be way better. Unfortunately. Next up, we have Tackle Crusader. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can activate one of two effects, where you can either flip a card to the field face down, or return a face-up spell track your opponent controls to their hand. So Tackle Crusader can either Book of Moon a monster, or I guess I should say Paleozoic Canadia, one of your opponent's monsters, because you can't target your own monsters, because that's what Book of Moon is really good for. Or it can bounce one of your opponent's face-up spell traps, which does include Floodgates. So it's a Floodgate bouncer that doubles as like interruption for monsters. It has a modal effect, modal, so, you know, two different effects. And both of the effects aren't very strong, but the fact that you can choose between both of them makes this card... I want to put this in A or S tier. Like, it is very good. Like, there are some versions of, like, IKEA Labyrinth that will play this card specifically because of that modal just like versatility. I'm thinking F tier. No, this card sees lots of competitive play. People play it in anything that mills sometimes. Yeah, they do. I'm going to put it in A tier. I don't know about S tier. I saw it earlier today. Yeah, it's played in Labyrinth decks because like the furnitures can send it from your hand to the graveyard during your opponent's turn in order to interrupt. And also it can just bounce floodgates. It's just an out to floodgates. The fact that it's not once per turn. Oh, I didn't even know that. Anyways, we have Tier Limits Kashtira. Oh, we do have a Kashtira card in here. During your main phase, blah, blah, blah. If this card is normal or special, send the top 3 cards of both players to the graveyard. If this card is sent to the graveyard by a card effect, you can send the top 2 cards of your deck to the graveyard. It mills too. Guys, look, a tier card. I don't know why I only have this one in here. I'm just going to have this represent all the tier elements and put it S tier. How about that? Next up, we have Whitestone of Legend. If sent to graveyard, add Blue Eyes White Dragon from deck to hand. This card has been used in FTK decks, specifically because it's not once per turn. And it just adds a card from your deck to your hand. And you can also use that card in order to go into other stuff. I don't know, C or B tier. Yeah, it is mandatory. I'm going to put this at C tier. It's not that good. It has been useful in the past, but they don't use it anymore. Next up, we have D-Holes. If this card is sent from your hand or deck to the graveyard, target one Tindingle monster in your graveyard except Tindingle D-Holes, special summon in face down defense position. You can only use this effect once per turn. A Tindingle Link monster that uses card's material can make 3 attacks during each battle phase. Damn. Well, it only summons other Tindingles. I'm going to put it next to the other, like, very archetype-specific cards. Okie dokie. Next up, we have Toy Vendor. So, Toy Vendor is a soft once-per-turn field effect. That doesn't do anything very good. But it has a no once-per-turn sent to the graveyard effect to add an Edge Imp Sabers or a Fluffle monster from your deck to your hand. Basically, the entire Fluffle deck revolves around sending this card to the graveyard. I'm going to put in B tier. Board read on A tier because like the entire archetype does revolve around it. But it's just a search, and I have like all the other searches in B tier. It's a non-once per turn search, but it is just technically a search. Next up, we have Unchained Soul Shavarva. What? Why red layer F tier has a lot of generic use outside of super quants? I'd say at least C or B, because I'm judging it based on its graveyard effect, which sucks. Next up, we have if this card is sent to the graveyard, you can set one Unchained Spell Trap directly from your deck. Oh, that's pretty good. It's a new card? Yeah. I'll put it in C tier because I don't like Unchaineds. Next up, we have Scattershot. Scattershot has the effect that if it's sent to the graveyard, inflict 500 points of damage to your opponent. However, if it's sent to the graveyard by the effect of a Blaze Accelerator card, you can send 2 other copies of it from your hand or deck to the graveyard to destroy all monsters your opponent controls. This card is also used for time rules as well, because it can be used in the same way as Skullmark Ladybug in order to inflict damage to your opponent. I'm putting B tier. It's not used as much as Skullmark Ladybug though. And next up, oh my god, we have the Progenitor of the list. This is the card you think of when you think of send cards from your deck to the graveyard in order to gain effects. In fact, this should be on the thumbnail. It should be Wolf the Lightsworn Beast. If it's sent from your deck to the graveyard, if this card is sent from your deck to the graveyard, special summon it. It's so simple. It's just like free advantage. B for Beast, so C. I was thinking about putting in B tier. B for Brick. Yeah, because it can't be normal summon. B for Brick. Okay, and that's the list. Technically, Sprite can use Volcanic, but use Starter to cost more life points. Oh, yeah. They can use Volcanic because it's level 2 and just send it with Sprint to the graveyard for time rules. I guess only in Volcanics, though. I'm just going to put it in. The effect is A? Yeah, it is. But if I put it in A, then I have to put the level 4 tuner in A as well, and it's already in B, so I'm just going to have it here with it in B tier. Look, they can hang out next to each other. Sprint is a Tearlaments card. Shut up. Okie dokie, and this is the list. I hope you guys enjoyed. Send cards from deck to graveyard. Was there any cards I may have missed, my chat? No? I got everything? Oh my goodness gracious. I'm so glad that I got everything. Oh, the Ishizus? Well, we can put the Ishizu's Agido and Ishizo's Kelbeck over in S tier, where they would probably belong. Grass? No, grass doesn't fit in this list. That goes in a different list. I do have a list that has grass in it. In fact, let me tell you, chat, what I have on my lists. So, for these lists, we have cards that have effects that activate when they're sent to the graveyard, cards that gain plus effects while in the graveyard, cards that special summon themselves from the graveyard, and cards that have effects that activate if banished. And of course, life point gain cards. So I have a couple of different categories for cards that have effects that activate when they're sent to the graveyard. And Snow will be in the effects that special summon from the graveyard. And then the if banished section will be about cards that have effects that activate when they're banished instead of like the other stuff. But those will be for the next couple of weeks. For now, we just have this list of if sent to the graveyard. These are the best effects. Except the Ishizu cards, because I forgot about them. Wolf is technically better than Felis because he can be triggered from non-monster effects. Felis can even be summoned from Solar Recharge or summon his own archetype. That's true. You think I should put Wolf in A tier? I don't know. It's still a brick. I think Revival Golem fulfills the same niche as better, and so does Night Serpent. A? No. It's B tier. I am the one here who is a G of someone of humble intelligence. Okie dokie, chat. Let's play some Yugi Mans. Let's play Yu-Gi-Oh! I need to use the restroom real quick though. Enjoy that. Hey, it's me. I'm the TheDuelLogs. I'm a psychic spider from outer space. Hello, it's me, the TheDuelLogs. I'm a spider from the moon. This is a public service announcement in order to address some slander I've been seeing in chat. I've seen lots of people say that I'm from Jupiter, which is not true. Okay, now that we have that out of the way, let's go into this ad, because I'm probably playing this while I'm gone. How to make friends. I get this one a lot in chat. You know, those people say, hey, the TheDuelLogs, I don't have any friends. How do I make friends? And I say, well, why are you asking me? Like, I play Yu-Gi-Oh for a living. Do you think I have friends? So anyways, let's go over some tips on how to make friends. Now, first step, the number one step, be the initiator. Don't wait for people to contact you. Have you ever watched a TV show or an anime where the main character is some dweeb, some loser, some absolute just nobody who does nothing. He has no skills, and yet he gets all these friends and things. You know, usually what happens is that other people reach out to him, and he doesn't have to do anything. Don't be that person. Be the side character. Be the side person who reaches out to the main character and forces them in all those adventures. That's how you do it. Waiting for things to happen is guaranteeing that they won't, unless you get lucky. And you probably won't. Also, when you talk to people, don't look for the right things to say. Just say what you like or dislike. I know this will cause you to have friction, maybe make some people not like you as much if they find out what you like or dislike, but it makes you feel like a more real person. And real people are more, they're worth sticking around. You'll find people who like the things you do, and you can avoid the people who don't dislike, who like the things you dislike. Easy peasy. Also, don't complain about everything. That's a drag. Don't go too far in the other direction. Nobody wants to be around someone who's just, every conversation is just, an open complaint about something or someone else. Also, if you don't have any conversational skills, here's the tip. The number one tip for creating a good conversation from scratch, if you don't really know anything about the other person, ask them about their week. Not their day, not how they're doing, not how they're feeling. Ask them about their week. It gives them a bigger chance, bigger time frame to work with. They can think of something interesting to talk about, or not. You can talk about your week if they don't say anything. But don't ask them about their day. Don't ask them how they're feeling. That's dumb. Also, having things in common overrated. You don't need to make friends with only people who share your hobbies. And if you can't find anyone who shares your hobbies, maybe you're not looking in the right places. Okay, this is my public service announcement. Stop spamming Jupiter and chat, you'll be banned. Hey, it's me, the TheDuelLogs. You're probably watching this because we have an ad because I'm gone for something. Anyways, today, what we'll be discussing, something very important to all of you people. Are you too nice? Is it possible to be too nice to people? The answer to that is, of course not. Or is it? Have you ever hung out with someone and they say, hey, I really like Star Wars. And you're like, oh my god, I love Star Wars. But you don't actually like Star Wars. You don't like it at all. You've never seen it before. You're just trying to appease them. You want to say what you think they want to hear. So you pretend to like it. And then eventually, every time you hang out with your friend, they want to watch Star Wars. They want to talk about Star Wars. And then you just decide, I don't want to hang out with this person anymore. They're boring. All they talk about is Star Wars. And it's like, well, of course they do, because they think you like it, because you lied to them. That's not being a nice person. That's just being weird. So if you find yourself doing something similar to this, be more direct. It is not nice to pretend to like things for other people because you want them to like you. That's weird. That is your public service announcement. Hopefully you guys are all very nice people. Hello there, it is I, the TheDuelLogs. I am here to teach you guys about how to start a conversation. So, here, we're going to go over some do's and some don'ts and some other things to get to really know someone deep. Are you someone who's like, man, I wish I could talk to people, make more friends, but I'm just terrible at having conversations because I'm a stupid, idiot human? Well, let me give you some advice. First up, let's go over some don'ts. Do not ask someone, if you're starting a conversation with them, what the weather's like. The weather is boring. Nobody cares. Also, don't ask them how they're doing, because that's, it has them like, they either have to lie to you or tell them they're doing good. And there's not much more to go with that. It's more of a greeting than it is a conversation starter. Also, don't ask them how their day is going, because there's not much to talk about. What if you had a boring day? You didn't really have anything to talk about. You'd be like, well, I had breakfast, I guess. You're like, oh, that's neat. And also, don't ask them about their job. Nobody wants to talk about their job most of the time. All right, now let's go over some do's. How to start actual conversations. So, you can ask them, how was your week? If you ask them how their week, it's basically just an extension of how was your day, except there's actually something to think about. Because there's a lot more that happens within a week than there is in a day. So it gives them some opportunity to actually, talk about something that you can expand upon later. You can also ask them, so, did you watch anything interesting recently? Maybe you guys have a shared TV show. Maybe it can lead into other TV shows. Maybe you can learn about what they do for fun. It's like a lead into hobbies, because most people watch something, whether it be television, movies, or, animated television. Then you can also say, so, do you have any plans for this weekend and or the upcoming holiday season? Hello there, chat. Where's Twitch chat at? Twitch, say something. I can't see you on stream. There it is. I think the last time I streamed was on YouTube, which is probably why it wasn't set up. WTF am I watching? I don't know. How was your week? I don't know. I want to play a deck full of Send to the Graveyard cards. I think I sent one already. Yeah, this one. I didn't forget it. Look at this. In this deck, I didn't forget the Ishizus or Saranir. Send from the deck to the graveyard. Let's see how this works out. Light Sword Shadow. Okay. Oh my god, full combo. Tier Laments. Oh crap, this isn't full combo. This is bad. An oldie buddy goodie. Oh, I could use this. I forgot this is technically a bestial. They had polymerization? What? Holy moly. They had Yugioh and Kelbeck? Oh my god, they're gonna be so upset when they find out that my deck is all about meal. I only got 2? Oh my god, that was awful. They milled 10 cards for my deck and I only got 2 graveyard effects? Oh no, I also got Trick Clown. Oh, and I got Mudora as well. You absolute buffoon. Okay. Oh my god, so many cards. Then we activate Triclown to special summon Triclown. Chainlink 8, and then we activate Serenir. Okay. And then my opponent gets a chance to respond. Are they going to use any shufflers that they might have got to the graveyard? Oh, they do have one. They're going to activate Mudora as Chainlink. Are we in Master Duel Diamond? No, we're in Gold right now. That's why they're playing Polymerization in their Tier Limit deck. A Chainlink 10? Yeah, we're going to get to a Redunculous Chainlink. They should have known I was going to chain my Mudora too. Okay, so let's see their tier names. Those 3 at the very least. All the ones activating their effects. Is these ones right? Yeah. Oh, and mine is a Royal Rare version. Okay, chat, I'm going to give 5 subs. You don't get one. It's a skill issue. Get crunked, you absolute buffoon. Select a card to send to the graveyard. Retribution. Ooh, Trick Clown's coming out. And then Rhinoheart gets sent back. And then Shyren was sent back. And then Crime adds back a Havness. And then Merely was sent back. And then Serenir activates its effect. Watch me dodge like a pro. Beast was sent back. Archer was sent back. Oh, and they set 1 card and pass. Activate the effect. Yes, I'd like to activate Branded Retribution. Oh my god, so many months. Holy shit. 18 months Psychic Escape. Also, thanks for the 5 gifted subs //X. I really freaking appreciate it. Activate Branded Regain. I'm going to do card destruction, and this is going to go so hard right now. You guys are going to be like, what? I can't believe you went so hard right now. That's so crazy. Heartbeat. Oh. They used Heartbeat to trigger their Haveness manually. Cool, that means I'm not going to discard it from their hand when I use card destruction. Hey look, it's Shoutout Hollow. And then they're going to go into Winda. We have Winda at home, so I get one special summon. Can I get rid of Winda if I summon a monster from my hand and attack? Reptile, give me a second. Because I do want to special summon a lot, and I can special summon at least 2 times. None of these cards remove it. I don't have any removal. If I had... Redoer? No, Redoer won't work. Can't go into this one. Can't go to this one. I can't go into this one. Holy shit, I don't have anything with more than 2200 attack. Except for Dugares. Redoer? I don't have Redoer. I need to put Redoer in this deck. I didn't think about it. I think I have to go into Dugares to get rid of it. No Cerberus. Fuck it. Card destruction. Activate Night Serpent. Okay. Select another card. No. Man, I really need Redoer in this deck. Okay, and then we have this card, and we can send any card from the deck to the graveyard. We could even send this one to the grave, but it doesn't do anything. I could send Serenir to the grave too, but I can't really do anything with that because I only have... They got rid of my one dude. I could mill, or I could just send Snow to the graveyard so I can flip it down during the next turn. And just Gravekeeper's Trap, and then end phase. They're stuck under the floodgate as well, kind of. Snow is an out, exactly. High Goat. What's a goat? What's up? Snow is kind of an out too. Yeah, Snow is an excellent out. Main phase 1. As soon as their main phase is activated, I can use Gravekeeper's Trap in order to discard one card from my hand and then search out one of the shufflers. There's a reason Jesse Carmen's playing Snow Turbo in the Worlds as a final. Wait, what? It's because Snow is very good. I can flip cards down and then use it for extension. And all of my cards are about... They're going to mill. Hopefully they don't mill anything good. Oh, they didn't. All they milled was a Heartbeat. Heartbeat does nothing, you absolute buffoon. Ooh, I can special summon a Yugioh and then special summon another card from my hand, but that doesn't do anything. Crime. They can't use Crime because they don't have any cards in their hand. Battle phase. If it's attacking, that means it can't flip itself up this turn, right? So if I go into Snow here, yeah, I can just save it. It doesn't really matter. Okay. Activate, perform Age Trick Clown, come back to the board. You love to see ghost VTubers? Who's that? Not me. Okay, and now it's dead for good. Blah, blah, blah. And then they set their Crime, which they can't use because they have no cards in their hand. Ooh, and I drew into Kelbeck. Nice. Standby phase, activate the effect of a card. No. Now I'll use it. Activate Fairy Tale Snow in order to banish a whole bunch of cards I can't use in my graveyard anyway. All of the spell traps. Okay. Special summon Snow. Activate Snow to flip this card face down, and then they'll trigger Scream to mill 3. And then... no, we'll just let it go. Oh crap, they build some good cards. Oh, they only build a Haveness? Okay, that's not so bad. They get 1 fusion summon. Why not pitch the shuffler? Because if I pitch it, I'm going to mill some cards, and I want to be able to special summon. Dragostapalia. That's fine. Okay, now I can pitch Keldo to the grave. Okay, activate the effect of a card. Oh, no, it doesn't pitch to the grave. It summons. And then I can add Kelbeck from the deck to the hand, and then activate Kelbeck in the grave. I don't have any more cards in the graveyard to send. Archer. Ooh, a Shiren. And a Suliak. Activate the effect of another card in your hand. Yeah. Let's go into a Vanguard. Send back to Dragostapalia. Quick effect in order to target one of my cards for no reason. Go for it. Milling Tears. I have to mill. Otherwise, I'm ham-boned. Suliak adds back 1 card. Oh, no. Now their crime is live. Shiren for a fusion. Are you excited for Kashtira or loathing it? I don't care about the Kashtira. Uh-oh. Are they going into the big dude? Kaleido Heart. Ooh, and then I get my Archer. Look at all these cards I can use to go into plays now. They're going to send that one back? Okay. If you say so. Let's see. I can send 2 cards to the graveyard. Oh, if I send Nightmare Unicorn. No, because they're going to negate it with that crime. So I'm basically trying to bait out that crime right now. So if we use these 2 cards to bait it out. We use Nightmare Phoenix in order to send a Yugioh from the hand to the graveyard, because I can no longer send it with Trap to pop that crime in the back row, which will most likely trigger the crime in order to negate Nightmare's effect. Okay, and now I get to activate a Yugioh. Activate the effect of another card. Yeah. Ooh, select mandatory effects to activate. All of them. All 3 of them. Special summon from the graveyard. Wow, I got so many specials from the graveyard. What did they get? Merely. And... wait, what does this one do again? It targets a card to add back to their hand. Okay, Meta Noise. Shadow Dragon to draw a card. Beast, I mean. Okay, then I can use Keldo. Get rid of their Kaleido Heart and Merely so they can't fusion summon. Oh, and also there's Shuffler in the graveyard because I didn't know they had one. Or I can just leave it alone and hope they leave my cards alone. We can mutually leave our cards alone, right? No, that's not going to happen. 3 mandatory effects. Chain Link 7. This is a lot of chain links. I could use this for my chain link video. Okay, and now they're going to shuffle back all of my cards that are about to summon themselves from the graveyard, which I really need. Ooh. Oh, they didn't target all of them. Fairy Tale Snow? Okay, which cards are they targeting? These cards are going to get banished anyway, so I might as well banish them, you know? Serenir. Snow! Okay, summon this card out. Keldo banishes. Those cards get sent back. Beast draws them 1. Meta Noise returns nothing. Merely does nothing. Revival Golem is gone. This one comes out. Archer comes out. And then I can use his effect to flip a card face down if I want. There's no reason to do this. Oh my god, I contribute this card and it's in the top 3 cards of my deck to the graveyard and also destroy one of their cards. But if I destroy one of their cards, it doesn't do anything. I need to do something better than destroy the cards. Ooh, I can do this. This card attacking destroys effect monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard. This card gains attack equal to destroyed monster's original attack. Oh my god, I can go into Chaos Ruler, the chaotic magical dragon. Oh, I can also go into this card to mill 5 cards from top of my deck. Oh my god, I can go into so much. Let's go into Chaos Ruler. I want to mill some more. I want to mill the world. Do you play Chaos Ruler? Sure do. Berserker sounds good. Yeah, Berserker probably would have been better if I'd kept the other card in attack position. Okay. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Add any of these to my hand. Any of these get added to my hand. Add a card from your deck to your hand. Yeah, let's add Serenir to my hand. Ooh, the Revived Sky God. I can use this card. You can send all monsters from the field to the graveyard except face-up special summon monsters from the graveyard. I don't know about that. And then I can use these two in order to go into a Minerva. Are you running grass? No, I don't have grass in this deck. Okay, let's mill some more cards. Time? I have more than enough time. Felis! I need this. For a Draco Berserker. Now I need to go into Snow. Banish the entire world. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Shut up! Don't tell me that I'm running out of time. I'm doing my best. And I hope you appreciate that I'm trying my best. Special summon it out. Don't use the effect. Special summon out Draco Berserker of the Tenyi using these 2 cards. Draco Berserker of the Tenyi, and then you can bring out Snow one more time, but then it's going to banish a bunch of cards from the graveyard. I don't know if I really want to do that right now. Did I banish Monster Reborn? Damn it, I did. I forgot. I forgot how my own goddamn cards work. Serenir, special summon, Serenir, banish a card from my opponent's graveyard. Let's get rid of this one. Okay, it's gone. Then we bring out this card right here, go into the battle phase. We use this card to destroy this one. Damn it, all of their cards have so much attack points. Draco Berserker's secret effect. The Revived Sky God. I don't have enough cards in my graveyard. Ash. Max. I don't want to trigger one of their tier cards. I don't actually want to call it correctly. Haveness? No, I don't want to call it correctly. Okay, what are they going to do? I have 1,000,000 hours of time to do whatever I want, and I have Draco Berserker that tend you to crash over Chimera the next turn. Yeah, Berserker checks them, because Berserker can banish a card on the board. Actually, it's not the board, right? When your opponent activates a monster effect, banish it. Surely you could deal with Chimera without targeting, right? Maybe. I was trying to mill a whole bunch. They're attacking my Minerva. I could use this effect to send the top 3 cards of my deck to the graveyard. Destroy a card. I milled a Light Sword. Holy crap, I didn't think Minerva would actually activate. This duel is something else, right? How come I didn't have... I was about to say, like, where are my Sword Soul cards at? Sword Soul. I should have these 3 in here as well. Let's go down to one of these. Go down to 1 less revival golem. And then I really need something that can actually beat over cards, like a Time Thief Redoer. I have too much utility in the extra deck. I was planning on going to so many other cards, but I didn't actually like use any of these things. Appaloosa was like a first turn play, and then Underworld Goddess. Because I was like, I'm going to get out so many monsters, and I didn't really end up using like any of them. What about Bagusk? No. I don't want a Goosk. Link climb stuff? Yeah, whatever. This is good enough. Roach is nice for negating fusion summons? I guess. Whatever. You have a royal goddess? I sure do. Let's play Decisive Stun. Look at this card right here. This card is called Decisive Battle of Golgonda. Once per turn, if cards you control would be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can send a fusion monster that mentions Fallen of Albaz as a material from extra deck to the graveyard instead. It's protection for my floodgates. I wonder if I can win any duels with this deck. I don't know. Chat, I'm nervous. Do you think I can win any duels with this deck? Going first? I hope I can win duels with this deck, chat. Chat. No? You don't think I can win with this deck? I just finished editing Hard Like Spriggan's Climb. If I have to see Kit Combo one more time, I'm going to cry. I love Spriggan's. Crap, I didn't draw anything good. This hand sucks. Life is like a box of chocolates. Sometimes you're disappointed by the results. Full climb. This hand does nothing. Coup clock. Wait, why are these in? Oh, it's because they're gonna bring out these other cards that I can't do anything about because I didn't draw into any of my pots that allow me to search my deck for other cards. Main phase, draw phase. It's the draw phase. If I can just draw any of my cards, I can get rid of them. I can do this. Okay, now I have Macrocosmos on the board. Now all their cards get banished instead of going to the graveyard, including their Big Welcome Labyrinths, which is how most of these cards get rid of stuff. What are you going to do, Vigavolt? Vigavolt is a Pokemon card. I need better, I need better insults. Go ahead, draw your last pathetic cards. See if I care. They set 1 card. That's a good insult. A poopy head? No, that's a terrible insult. You guys are garbage. I mean... No, I said... I mean what I said. You guys are all wonderful individuals, and I hope you guys have wonderful, lovely lives. MBT viewer. Wait, whom? Oh my god, are you kidding me? What the hell? My favorite one I found in the league was don't KYS, but please breathe less. You're contributing to global warming. Oh, that's a good one. Wow, the brick. This deck should not be this brickable. I can't believe I have nothing. This is garbage. I'm just gonna quit out. I have nothing. Let's try again. Actually, let me double check my deck real quick. No, I just didn't draw anything good. Win and you'll gain a rank. Ooh, I'm going first again. Hopefully I don't draw the worst hand ever. What do we have? What do we have? What do we have? Oh, this is much better. I can't believe you didn't play the pots. I play all of the pots. I have like 10 pot cards in my deck. I just keep not drawing into any of them. Yeah, full combo, Inspector Border, Mirror Force, and Solemn Strike, which protects me from nothing. I have no protection right now. I am so vulnerable to Spell Trap Destruction, it ain't even funny. Wait, what? On your mark, get set, go. Duel? What is this? When this card is activated, and you control other cards, you can add one Synchron monster from your deck to your hand. Once per turn, during your standby phase, place one signal counter on this card. You can move 2 signal counters from your field and send this face-up card to the graveyard. Draw 2 cards and send 1 card from your hand to the graveyard. Oh, it searches. Okay. I have never seen that card played. Is this Stardust Synchron? Time for Pot of Extravagance to draw more cards. Ooh, Decisive Battle. There we go. Now I have Decisive Battle of Golgonda. Maybe I should also just play, whatchamacallit, a single copy of Spriggan's Rocky just to bring out from the deck. Goatee Fury. You can target 1 fish monster you control, 1 monster your opponent controls, banish both monsters until your next standby phase. Oof. Well, there's an out to my Inspector Border. I can't get used to logs saying Golgonda properly and not Golgondia. I have never once said it incorrectly. I am literally a genius. Moray of Avarice. Banish 1 face-up fish, sea serpent, or aqua monster you control. Draw 2 cards. Uh-oh. They'd like macro. End phase. They're not going to like this Dark Ruler no more. Wait, why didn't the cards come back? Oh, because they can't activate effects because of Inspector Border. Ruh-roh. Oh my god, on your mark, get set, grow. Oh, this can search out Assault Synchron. And then eventually it allows you to draw cards. You mean grow. Oh my god, who even plays goatees? Don't tell Stim I said that. Any decks you recommend to play like Infernities? You mean like a super duper combo deck? Adamancipators kind of play like that. If you control water monster and your opponent has a monster on the field, take 1 Ice Jade monster from your deck and either send it to the graveyard or special summon it. 2000 attack? Oh my god, they're going to hate this Stormy Mirror Force that's about to wreck them. Are they playing a bad pile deck? No, Log's just floodgating them. Yeah, I'm floodgating them. But this is my Decisive Battle of Golgonda. Why not negate the summon? Because it didn't let me. Now I can. Or maybe it did let me, I just wasn't paying attention. Okie dokie. Anything else? Yeah, goodbye, Chungus, you piece of shh. Oh my god, my Golgonda. Yes, I want to use it. This card is bonkers. Oh, baby, a triple. Do I really want to leave gold so quickly? Here, I like this deck. I'm going to... Wait. Specifically, during the end phase, if you have a Fallen of Albaz on your field or in your graveyard, you can special summon a Spriggan's monster from your hand or deck. You can only use effect once per turn. So, if I get Albaz the Ashen in the graveyard, do any of these cards search out Albaz the Ashen? You can target 1 Fallen of Albaz in your graveyard, special summon either that monster or this card, and banish the other. I don't really have a way to search out Albaz the Ashen, but I do have a way to bring it back. And then I can also bring out Spriggan's Kit. Add 1 branded spell trap. Does Decisive Battle of Golgonda count as a branded spell trap? It does not. Thunder King control. We're Thunder King controlling all up in this house. And then we have these cards. Branded the Ashen. Spriggan's Rocky. Supreme Sovereign. 6 Alvaz? What's Alvaz? 1 bad day. What about Lightning Rod lore? No. Come to TheDuelLogs, you face more tier limits here. But I don't want to face tier limits. Not yet, anyway. I do want to climb with this deck, but not immediately. Spriggan's Kit. Spriggan's Kit can search out a lot of Spriggan's cards. Like a Branded in High Spirits. But Branded High Spirits doesn't really search it out very well either, though. Target 1 fusion monster on the field or in either graveyard. Return it to the action deck. Then special summon a Fallen of Albaz from your graveyard to the field. And 1 monster your opponent's graveyard to their field. You can only activate once per turn. Wow, what a pretty card for doing absolutely nothing. Spriggan's Kit. Special summon a Spriggan's monster from your hand or deck. Only the hand or deck, nowhere else. Here, let's do this. Decisive Stun. Power Sinkstone. Oh man, I keep going first with this deck. This deck is amazing. Whatchamacallit? Never mind. Oh my god, this hand is amazing. Pot of Extravagance. 6 cards. Draw 2. Ooh, and Pot of Duality. Solemn, Strike, and Border. Let's add a Strike. Okay, and then we'll summon Border, and then set the 2 Solemns and pass. Nothing but breaks. I know, this is great. I have so much protection right now. The only thing that would make this better is if I had Decisive Battle of Golgonda on the field. I'd be able to protect so much stuff. Does Golgonda mention Albaz? It does mention Albaz. Wait, can Kit search it out? Man, who would have guessed the solution to win the game going first deck was to go first? I do play going second cards. I just didn't draw into any of them this duel. What are they going to do? Inspector Border is the absolute best stun card ever. It has so many attack points and it stops all monster effects. Branded Opening. They're going to try to special summon in my house? Evenly Matched does not make a stun deck a go second deck. Who's playing Evenly Matched? Man, Aluber, the Jester of Despia. Hello, Aluber, the Boober of Juber. Oh, fuck. I have to do a factor ad tonight. I forgot about that. Oops. I didn't see this going second staples you were playing. I have raw sphere mode. I wonder if they're wondering how come Aluber didn't search. They're like, why game no work? Why game bug? End phase? You're just gonna end it there? A pot of duality. Ooh, that's nice. Okay. Pot of extravagance response. Oh my god, another one. Are you freaking kidding me? Right, meow. Let's activate pot of duality. Another border, moon mirror shield, pot of desires. Let's grab this moon mirror shield. Wow, you won? Yeah. Then we activate moon mirror shield. On this card over here, go into the battle phase. If you use the third one, it dies. Yeah, I'm not going to use the other one. It's basically a dead card in hand now. End phase. I want to use my floodgate as soon as their turn starts. Let me use my floodgate. I want to see the despair in their eyes. He's gonna scoop? He better. He scooped. What a baby. Let's play one more duel. I love this deck. This deck gives me joy. How's it a dead card? Still draws one. He has outs to this deck, probably. Just not through my solemns, you know? What is the fun? What is this fun deck? It's called Decisive Battle Stun. Even adults will cry. Just play the out. It's not my fault they don't know how to play this game. Okay, they draw cards, and then they pass. Okay, okay, okay. Then we activate Extravagance. I can't find anything besides the battle. It's either have to change its name in the deck, or they make a searcher, find spells, Albaz. I think Kit can probably search it out. Ah, crap. Well, there's one floodgate at the very least. One protection, one battle protection, and pass. Logs, are you enjoying bullying people? I do enjoy bullying people. Why, thank you, Yami Herc. This isn't one bad day. This is a decisive battle Golgonda stun. You guys just don't understand how the economy works. Oh, yeah, I should activate this. I should have activated Macrocosmos immediately. Good luck playing Black Moons out your graveyard, idiot. You absolute buffoon. You oafish person. Your ambitions outweigh your skills. You don't fear success. You have nothing to worry about. Battle phase? This isn't even a lot of damage. I can take it. You may be curious because that card is very funny. Kit only searches branded spells. Oh, does it really? Oh, shoot. Well, it can also search out Albaz the Ashen. They're going to use both of them in order to go into Rika. Time to get rid of it. Kind of wish they went into it a little bit earlier, so I wouldn't have to lose any life points. Haha, get crunked, G-Fox, you absolute buffoon. Decisive Battle of Golgonda. Oh my god, I have it. I need to draw into a monster. Come on. There we go. That works. Pachycephalo. Decisive Battle. And Moon Mirror Shield. There. Now my board is safe. Even if they draw into Harpy's Feather Duster, I can just stop it with Decisive Battle. Or if they draw into a Raigeki, I can stop it, because it protects all of my cards. Once per turn, if cards you control would be destroyed by battle or card effect, send a fusion monster that mentions Fallen of Amaz to your extra deck to the graveyard instead. Dang, I didn't know it protected by battle, too. This card is insane. Hi, everyone. Hello there, Mac and Cheese. Does Decisive Battle work in Macro as live? I don't know. They're going to attack? I mean, I have Moon Mirror Shield. They ain't reading shit. This deck is too fun. I feel bad about how much I'm winning. Which card would be in your deck, boss, in a virtual world? In a virtual world, probably Macrocosmos. The X longer will be epic. So it's literally 15 defensive back rows, 15 back row protections. It is a hard once per turn. But the thing is, most people don't have like 2 back row wipes in one turn. They only have 1. So it only stops 1 instance per turn, but yeah, technically every turn it stops something. Especially since my entire extra deck is nothing but targets to send to the graveyard. Whoa, I love this deck so much. Anyways, I gotta go to protect my voice. I'm gonna send you guys over to Stimpack. She is playing Baldur's Gate 3. Thanks for streaming tonight. See ya later. Make sure you follow and chat. She's a real life friend of mine, one that has been my friend for like 12 years now. And she's stolen all of my mods who like watching her more than me now, which is kind of hilarious. So go say hi to Stim for me. What are the chances of your opponent to have 1-off Heavy and Lightning Storm? Oof. I guess there are ways to break my board. Okay, see you later.